Belichick did this last year because he wanted to knock Mac's price down a bit.
What's your greatest Tom Brady moment?
Rob Ninkovich. Do you believe?
So we're back, episode 102 of the Dan and Ninko Show, and I think it's 102.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah, well, we had 100 was Grunk.
Yeah.
101 were the boys.
Yeah.
My South Side boys, Eastie boys. Well,
pissed.
anyway, the Dan and Ninko Show is back with Fitzy, the largest and biggest Patriot fan out there, second to Dan O'Brien
second
himself.
to Rob Ninkovich.
Dan O'Brien, we all know, is the homer of this podcast who never bets against the Patriots, unlike myself, who is a realist. But Fitzy, my man,
if you bet
here
for
with
the
us
Patriots
today.
the last 20 years, you bet every game that they win, you make money.
Okay, well,
That how it works?
it's a lot different.
I mean, you
trying
make
to
money in
figure
the
it
long run.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see how much you bet this year. You're gonna bet real cash this year?
You're down $1,000 already.
Well,
so
we got a long way to go, Daniel. So, Fitzy, thanks for being here today. You got what kind of jersey is that? What we got going on?
Thanks, guys. First time, long time. Big fan. Appreciate you guys having me on here. Nice setup, by the way.
This is a nice setup.
This is a nice setup. This is like the ultimate like podcast fan cave setup. Super cash, free flowing, big.
No
nice
shoes.
vibes.
No
There's two
shoes.
beer
No
fridges.
sandals on.
Yeah, 2 beer fridges.
2 beer fridges.
Multiple beer fridges. That's my kind of podcast. Like I have in my rider, and it has to be at least 1 beer fridge. When I walked in, I saw 2. I was like, "This is."
Well, we only invite people that bring beer, so
Exactly.
we appreciate the beer. Do you want to explain
speaking
the
of which-
jersey that is matched up with the beer?
Exactly. I know it looks like maybe like a Shane Falco replacements
Falco.
level kind of jersey. This is a custom that was made for me by our friends at Vitamin C Brewing, who made the beer named after the YouTube series right there. Shit Pats Fans Drink, named after Shit Pats Fans Say. Met them a couple of years ago. They're big Patriots fans. Just got a message, like a DM one day. And, listen, I'm sure both of you guys, car dealerships, guy that
retired,
everyone,
just retired guy,
just
no
football,
job,
just football
jobless,
guy,
unemployed.
jobless
car
guy,
man, football
unemployed guy.
just like dude living out on the range. I'm sure
That's
he
it.
had showered in a month or 2. It's fine. He didn't need to.
No.
Nah, he's got car dealership money.
That's it.
And look
Look
at
at
you
that
all
beard.
perfectly groomed country club, like rocking
I was
and
just
rolling.
doing a thing, yeah,
Freshened
the country
up.
club, yeah.
Nothing like there's nothing better than when dudes slide into your DMs, right?
It happens all the time.
All the time.
I would say there's majority dudes in my DMs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the whatever female it is not a real thing anyway.
She's
They're
100%
catfishing
AI.
me. It's a male. It's a male trying
Listen,
to.
it's 2023.
Patricia.
It's
It's brave. That's not good.
Trying
That's
to-
a man, baby.
It's a man, baby.
Yeah, I've even changed it over. I don't even call them direct messages. I just call them dude messages at this point.
dudes.
Because, you associate with the Patriots.
Bro,
or anything.
bro, you just my childhood was so good because of you, bro.
Yeah.
Like thanks,
Hey, bro, we're having a party this weekend. Like, I was just like, no pressure, but like, can you swing by?
dude. My
Ninko's?
birthday's Saturday. If you want to roll over.
And then you're probably like, oh, they probably invited Gronk. He said no, so now they went to me next, right? Yeah, thanks.
Well, I went to a few stages before
They went to
come me.
Bub's. Then they went to Brady.
That's it.
Then they went Gronk.
Speaking of Brady, he just signed some deal with Delta.
Yeah, he's a spokesman or something. No,
How many
he's like a
consultant?
consultant.
How many Delta flights is that? Oh, I'm on taking Delta. Yeah, right, Tom.
Yeah.
He's private jetting. I thought he had the Wheels Up thing.
That's right. He was the thing on Wheels Up.
He
wasn't
was Wheels Up.
Right.
But
So
I think Delta owns Wheels Up now.
Oh, they bought it?
I'm almost positive.
How many?
I think I got sick because of a guy on Delta last week.
Is that what happened?
100%. I was first class Delta flying out to Denver to do a little coaching thing for the Broncos.
Yep.
And this guy behind me, I swear to you, I kept looking at him like he's got to have something. He's just he had the mask on. He's like, I don't have COVID. I said,
Well,
we'll see
in a couple days.
See in about 5 days. Guess what, Ninko? Down and out.
Down for the count.
Down and out. Couple days.
You're back, fresh as lettuce.
Feel good.
Just
Lettuce looks good. Feels great.
Got the opener. Tommy's coming home.
Tommy's
And by the
coming
way,
home.
Mama,
I'm coming home.
Yeah, I can already just feel it. Brady.
Oh,
He's gonna be one of the ones.
You got to think like
He's got a tear in his eye.
you quarterback. Okay, so Mac.
There's going to be so many grown
I'm not
men.
even going to be there.
Why?
What?
Because I'm doing a thing for DraftKings
Where?
at the casino. So I'm not even going to be there. I'm heartbroken. I had tickets.
Well,
I
you hear
was
what Brady
bringing the
said. Only
family.
his friends are going to be there.
Yeah,
that
so I'm
played with
not
him.
there. Well,
No.
I know the last time I checked, Tom's not paying my electric bill.
He was
so-
hoping you were showing up, I think.
No, I don't think he cared. No, Tom doesn't care. And listen, Tom is going to come back. All the fans are going to, well, Tom will come back. What's Mac Jones going to be doing? Just head down.
No.
I better perform. He better perform.
Yeah.
Or you know what's going to happen? Brady. Third quarter, if they're down, Brady.
Do you not?
You know
feel
they're
like
going to chant for Brady.
The risk reward factor of having Tom Brady coming home tribute appreciation day on the day that Mac Jones starts his third season off, after all the scrutiny and disappointment and the F-bombs of Patricia's reverse engineered offense last year and the shit show that was, now having like Brady's right there, like the gold standard, the single most important person in franchise history, New
NFL
England,
history.
Boston, the last 20 years.
It's like
Seriously.
a statue in a bright light.
It's like in Ted 2.
just
And listen, if I have to go full Ted 2 just to make, to get the Pats a dub on Sunday as a Pats superfan, I'm not above anything.
You're going for the genetics?
I'm not above anything.
Going for the genetics, trying to grab the genetics?
I named the firstborn after him. That's about as far as I could go.
So, I mean, here's what I think about that matchup in particular. Eagles, Pats. What do you think's going to happen if, say, at halftime they're down 21-0?
Oh, that's what it'll be. It'll be either Brady or Zappy or a combination of both. I mean, that's what it'll be.
It's going to be Zappy. He's coming out. They're going to activate
play.
Zappy. He's going to be the back.
He'll be the backup. He ain't going to go in, though.
And then you owe me $1,000.
He ain't going to go in.
You don't think he's going in?
Yeah.
Oh, what if Mac gets hurt?
I mean, I don't think he'll get
against
hurt.
that,
If he gets hurt, Ninko's $1,000.
But you don't think
richer.
there's going to be a real offensive
I want
game plan
$1,000 in
this game?
I want singles because then I'm going to
Unmarked.
Foxy Lady.
crisp.
The Foxy
right.
Lady.
Straight down the Movon
Right to
Expressway,
the
right
Foxy
to the
Lady.
Foxy.
You know what my plan is? That when I take your $1,000, I'm going to put it on the Patriots to win the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna
It's
bring
like
it-
it's like plus like $1,600.
Well, I hope they
or something
take
like that.
pennies because I'm bringing you $1,000 in
I have
pennies.
I have a dumpster that's currently burning in the back. If you just want to throw that $1,000 in there right now, because as much of a Pats fan as I am, like every now and again, I've learned about this new thing I dabble in called reality. And while I think the Patriots
Seems to be lacking in many aspects of
It
life
does.
these days.
Yeah.
there is just this whole entire belief that just like, Belichick did this last year because he wanted to knock Mac's price down a bit and he wanted to humble him before like Mac really takes
Yeah, that's the
over.
biggest
And
thing.
how do you? Thanks, I'll hang up and listen. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And
I'm
Bill,
the
we
biggest Belichick cultist that there is, and I mean. You get it. The man has forgotten more about football in the time we started the pod than like the rest of us will know in a lifetime. But like, come on, like talent speaks. Like
I mean, here the one aspect of the Bill Belichick way, the Patriot way, that I think people don't realize. Yes, Bill is a very smart coach, very talented coach, but at the end of the day, you got to have the horses. You got to have the horses. You got to have the guys. You got to have the production. And look at Colorado. Look what Colorado just did with TCU. They brought in couple. They brought in four guys.
No, they had like 40 transfers into them.
Yeah, but they had four.
literally flipped the entire
Yeah.
roster.
How does that work?
That was
by
like
the
that
way?
was like free agency
Like-
for nothing.
How do you do that?
I
though?
mean,
don't kids have scholarships? Aren't they
It's
scholarship
like the
players?
Rams are going
Because
into
it
the
don't matter.
season
Yeah.
with 30 undrafted free agents, and they're going to be a tire fire. But like in college now, the transfer portal was just a logjam. It must have looked like a war-torn nation.
Yeah.
How
with
does that
refugees
even
just
where
work?
before it'd be like
streaming-
4 kids on the transfer
They
portal.
flipped 71 people total. Like he turned the entire roster over and said, "We're doing it's my way or the highway." And his kids and this Travis Hunter guy. Oh,
So I think everyone's jumping
yeah.
on this. I think that's a little too quick to jump on the season for the Colorado team is like dramatically different. I mean, they look good in the first week, but there was no defense on either side.
Yeah, but it's dramatically different though because he got it's the equivalent of you just have an open checkbook and you sign the top 30 free agents in the NFL for nothing.
Basically,
yeah.
So you're going to be better. I mean, the hype is there.
I need to see them playing.
They're going to kill Nebraska. They play Nebraska this week.
Yeah, they're going to kill
them.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
So I guess
What if they lose to Nebraska?
Yeah,
and the ticket
Then
price
what
is already
happens?
soaring.
Then what happens? Then
I
it's
just got
like
one question. Rob Ninkovich, do you believe? Are you a believer now? I read that bull junkie that you wrote over there.
I'm
Dan
not a believer.
Do you
yet.
believe?
I'm not a believer yet. I'll be a believer in December when I see a full season. When I see more than just one game
You like the L's
of
and
a
the
team
D's?
that lost a lot of people, and every offseason is different. You have no tape to prepare for. Their defense was absolutely terrible, TCU. So I'm not a believer yet. I'll be a believer in December when I see the quarterback play more than one game, all the talented guys play more than one game.
I think they're going to be good. But you like the L's and the D's on the jerseys?
I don't.
Leaders and dogs?
I don't like that.
I actually like that.
Dogs. What are we doing?
Leaders and dogs.
Leaders and dogs.
I don't like it. I think it's stupid.
It's Hunter, right? That he played. He played every
TCU
snap.
is not
almost?
even that.
I
like,
think you run out of gas at a certain point. The L and D's, like, that'll run out of gas. It's like this initial, like.
I don't
also,
know.
how about the whole idea that these guys were out there, like, his son threw like 60 passes. His other kid played defense and offense and had like 5 catches for 130 and a touchdown. Travis Hunter, 110 plays total in 100-degree heat. Like, I'm sure they're all.
Are they going to wear out? Are they going to wear out?
Are they going to burn out by like the end of October? Or are they just going to be toast before you get into like schedule, like the heat of the schedule?
I'm just like, I need more.
But
it's not a one-game
But
guy.
my thing is, it doesn't matter right now because the hype is there, and he's going to now recruit the best kids coming out of high school. He's going to get.
Yeah,
He's going to get. He's going to get every
Hunter
top
to go to
kid.
Jackson State out of nowhere.
Yeah,
How much are they? I would just.
They're paying
love
a ton
to
of
know
money.
How much
I
they're
mean,
paying them?
but you have all the boosters and everybody that's paying them.
I think it's ruining the
it's
game.
not like the school's
I feel like an
paying
old
them.
guy, but
It's
I
the
feel like
boosters
it's
that are paying
destroying the game.
And this has been Boomer Corner with
Like,
Rob Ninkovich.
it is just terrible.
Well, that's
to
why
me.
the transfer portal in football in like 2 or 3 years will be 1,000.
What about
kids.
class? You think they're going to school? Are they going to class?
Did you?
Yes, I did. Purdue, they would just fail you and say, "Hey, best of luck." But like some of these schools, you have to go to class, right? Or no?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's part
I mean,
of the
do you?
thing.
Yeah.
Do you though?
Matt Leinart took ballroom dancing.
Yeah.
Andy Katzenmoyer famously
Like,
graduated from Ohio State
Swamp
with AIDS
Kings,
awareness.
like was in Swamp Kings was like was Brandon Spikes going to econ? Like what's going on here?
Florida was a little bit different of an animal.
You think
Bouncy
Urban Meyer
twins.
was caring about
Were you,
GPAs?
by the way, a little disappointed with Swamp Kings?
That was
Because
terrible. By
The whitewashing and the hagification of freaking
Only
Urban Meyer.
The
what
thing
are we
that I
doing?
got out of it was Urban Meyer is a nutbag. Like he's
But I mean,
tapped.
you didn't need that to know that.
Just it made it more of a
Did
clear example. Like yes, he's nuts. But they never covered anything.
He kicked his kicker or something like that in Jacksonville, didn't he?
I don't know.
I mean, that's the
He
thing,
did.
right? Yeah, he kicked him.
the
I
kicker.
also heard a story that Mike Vrabel choked him in the locker room.
Imagine
Like,
if
they
you
got in
were
a fight.
when you were playing the NFL. If Urban Meyer's
No, he was
position coach
coaching
came
at
up and
Ohio
kicked
State.
you. Yeah, I know, but
and Vrabel was.
yeah, but he probably did the same exact shit to Vrabel. But what if you were a player and he came up and kicked you? Would you choke him out?
He wouldn't kick me.
If he
I
did, would you
beat
choke
his
him out?
ass. Yeah, you got to fight him. You gotta
Right.
just-
I'm surprised he made it as far as he did without like something worse
Yeah,
happening to him.
Yeah, it's a
Just
big-
the ego on that guy. To get the gig that he did, which he was so underqualified for, and then to piss that away as quickly as he did with like the viral video, like hitting on the girl in the bar and then kicking the kicker, and then also just being like less prepared than Steve Spurrier was when he was the coach of Washington.
Like, let him play.
Yeah, that's fine.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
They'll be good.
Yeah.
Speaking of good, Bosa, 5 years, $170 million.
That's a head scratcher.
5 years, $170
Good player,
million,
but he doesn't really
$35
play.
million a year, $35 million a year. Oh my gosh.
You feel like you played at the wrong time.
How does it make sense?
Yeah, I know.
No, well, have you seen the
He's
guy?
a great player, but I mean,
He looks. He
I would
literally
love
looks,
to know his nutritionist. Like,
Literally
dude
looks
is
like a
jacked.
statue. Like he
how
looks
is that
like,
possible? How can
yeah,
you look
both
like that?
brothers? Both brothers look.
No,
the
he's
same.
bigger than his brother.
Yeah, I know, but it's also like the Watts too.
All I'm saying is if the Ninko brothers, if I got to do whatever that Bosa dad did to those brothers, if I got to do it for $225 fully guaranteed dollars, like both of those brothers
They don't test for
100
HGH in high school, right?
Dude, did you see them in high school? Like, did you see them in high school?
That's what I mean. You don't test for that shit in high school.
They're
That's when you do it.
huge.
I always wonder what is like. I've always wondered like. What was the whole milk budget in the Gronkowski house growing up? Like, did they literally just get a cow? Did Gordy and Mrs. Gronk have a cow in the back just because they had
the whole,
They probably
the whole
did,
milk
like-
and cereal?
Kegs of milk.
just constantly, just two hoods over everybody. Morning, mom. Oh, just like it must have just been. And by the way, if there is not, like,
I mean,
who's
I could say something really inappropriate, but like, I'm not going to get into
it's
it.
a pod.
But
But
get it whatever
like,
you want.
Yeah.
You got
I'm not
going
going to say it. Gronk might get offended. I'm
Yeah.
not going to say it.
Oh,
I don't think
I
Gronk
love
would get
Gronk.
offended.
Just saying, it's a lot of milk to produce for those boys. It's a lot of milk.
Gronk
He-
is the,
he won't get
Gronk
offended.
Gronk is a legend. Gronk should be next on the retirement.
What about this? Wouldn't you think instead of waiting the proper time for Tom, come Sunday, they should just
Put him in the
retire
Patriots
his
Hall of
jersey and put him in the hall right then. What's the point of waiting? Like,
Because you know why? Because they want it's going to be a they
you
want to
get
make
more
this
media out of it.
exactly
like a
They want-
5-year drawn out thing.
It's a
of like,
business deal
Tom's
between
back.
the Crafts and Tom, and they put the shine back on the organization. Some people are like, "Ooh, we're gonna like here's Tom, bright shiny goat over here," to distract you from the fact that the team is still currently kind of like the end zone and the lighthouse under construction and in transition.
Can we go over the roster real quick?
Yeah, but before that,
We didn't talk about the roster.
because before that, because it is a
They
good
have
question
one
to have
quarterback.
with Brady going into the Patriots Hall of Fame. The issue you're going to have though is if everybody stays along the same standards, that year that it comes up, it's 4 years from now. Is Patriots Hall of Fame 4 years? You have first ballots are your first ballot is Brady, Gronk, McCourty, and Hightower.
Yeah, there's going to be some expediting.
Like, how do you do it then?
You know how you can get TSA pre and you can get ahead of everybody. I feel like Brady
You just have to put
has
all four of them in it.
he has the TSA pre of the Patriots Hall of Fame. Like,
Is it
I'm pretty
2 a
sure they're
year?
like
It's either 2 or 4 years. It's whatever it is, but they all retire the same year.
Pat's Hall of Fame 4.
It's 4 people a year?
No, it's one person. One person, but you have to be
No,
retired
it's
for
one
4 years.
person, and then like sometimes they do 2, right?
But those are
like
special
a contributor
contributors.
or something like that.
So, like the cheerleading coach, the
Yeah,
Scarnecchia.
Braves is going in now, so
I
he's
could have
warming the
swore
number
that
up
they
for you.
had. I could have swore the year that Vince went in.
No, Vince got voted in.
Gray was it the lineman?
Well, those are the contributor ones that are like so far out.
I think
They have like
I think he
special
was
things
passed
if you're
away,
along. Yeah.
But just think of the logjam. In addition to the day that Brady would be eligible with Gronk and with McCourty, just think of all these other guys like Edelman and
Jules.
Amendola and
I mean, Jules. Think about the offense.
right.
Well, yeah, the year before is Jules.
Yeah.
So you're good with that one.
And Welker needs to be. I'm sorry, Welker needs to be
needs
in
to
there
go
yesterday.
too.
Yeah.
Like we got it. Like
Well, if you just look at stats too, I mean, he has to be in
for
there.
6 years, he was like one of the best offensive players in the NFL. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and under Billy O'Brien, like in 2011, that was actually Welker's best season.
Yeah.
It actually was.
Yeah, it was like
He had
90-something catches,
10,000 receiving yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a
His
lot.
numbers are big. They're just as big as Edelman's, aren't they?
No, they're a bit more. He's
Oh
more.
no, more. He had more receptions,
Yeah.
more yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Jules.
Jules playoffs.
I one time
Yeah,
was on
it's
the
playoffs.
radio and we were having a discussion like, who's the greatest slot receiver in Patriots history? And I said, like, you know, as much as I love Edelman, he's great. You know, I think Welker's the greatest slot receiver just in Patriots, if not NFL history. 2 days later, the phone rang. I got a call. It was Frank Edelman.
It was Frank.
Frank gave me a ring, and I've known Frank and Angie for a couple of years. I got lucky to meet them through the old Patriot sponsor Zudi, and went out to dinners with them, hung out. They're amazing people. Frank's on the phone. I pick up, hello, Fitzy, Frank Edelman here. I was like, oh hey Frank, what's up? How you doing? How's mom? Good. Listen, I heard you were talking about Jules the other day on the radio, saying that Welker was the best slot receiver. Let me tell you something. Wes is a great receiver. Jules was a great football player. And I just want you to know that. Jules did everything
Frank
for
is
that
nuts.
team. And I was like, Frank, you said, I was like kind of nervous, but also smiling. Like, I loved it. But how great is that? Like, it's a great point that sometimes gets overlooked. It's not just based around stats, tackles, picks, whatever. Like, football players. Give me a collection of football players. Like, Edelman did everything. Welker was just like a pure slot machine, like an offensive weapon. I still don't think anyone has replicated the way that he played since. But, I mean, look at Edelman. Like, he did literally everything for the team. He played cornerback in the Super Bowl that you guys got hosed in.
Yeah, well, that just goes to show you how terrible our roster was on defense. If you have Julian and Slate playing defense, but Frank is nuts, by the way. So Frank, the year that Jules was absent for the first 4 games, we did a little working out, and Frank was there who needed a hip replacement, and he's trying to move, and he needs a hip replacement. Like, he's since had his hip done. So it's just like, Frank, get out of the way, man. Like, what are you doing? He's like Jules, like, you know exactly why Julian is the way he is, because his dad, Frank, is nuts, which, like Captain Insano, helps get your son to the NFL, which is my dad. My dad's Captain Insano, who just turned 70, by the way. Happy birthday,
happy
Pop.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Papa Nink.
So I think Julian would say every day after school at like 3:30, his dad would make him play catch, like make him do sports for an hour every day. which is kind of crazy, but it helped him get to where he's at. And Jules is nuts too. I mean, he'll admit that he's nuts. Jules is tapped.
Yeah.
Like, what's the, like it's an argument like, how much do you want to sacrifice for greatness, or do you just want to like let kids go find their own way or whatever? Like maybe Edelman grew to love it.
The hard part is there's some kids that are still living with their parents because of the fact that their parents made them do that. Like they're in the basement, maybe drinking too much or indulging in the cannabis because their parents were like, "Hey, you're waking up at 5 and you're running 2 miles and you're doing this." And then when they hit high school, they're like,
It's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fine line.
It is a fine line.
Yeah. Some of them work. Actually, it's probably time to have a beer now, right?
It is time to have a vitamin C.
Here we go.
Are they cold? That's the question.
Ice cold.
Ice cold. No, there's potato chips in this?
No. So the one that I brought you guys, thank you very much. I mean,
this one here is the Pats fans?
That's right.
This is a Pats fans beer. I don't know if it's for. I don't really know if it's for Broncos
Ninkovich,
fans.
you are the
You have
best
that picture,
in my
TJ?
check. Give me that freaking beer.
Hold on, I want TJ to put the picture up. I'll hand it to you, but before you drink it, I want you to see the picture that's going to go up because I think it's important.
Get in the casa. That's what the state trooper yelled at my Captain Insano, my dad, the first game.
Really?
Try to make a U-turn on Route 1, which you don't do.
No, you don't.
Get back in your casa.
The state troopers out there.
The
the
troopers
hardcore guy.
with the freaking boots on. Why do they make them play? Why do they make them wear those outfits?
What?
The troopers. They wear the tight-ass weird pants with the boots that have the thing.
The big hats.
The big hats.
I mean, here we go. This is I mean, should you really be drinking this beer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't look at the shirt.
Et tu, Ninkovich.
There's another one, too. You got the other one?
The other one. Oh, there it is.
Ah.
Hey, if you could give me a couple G's, more than north than a couple to come in for a couple days, fly me in first class, get COVID on the way home. It's perfect.
What a deal.
What a deal.
What a deal.
Mess up the podcast.
The Broncos, I put the Broncos 2023
Handsome
on my
guy. I was tired right there, by the way.
5 most fascinating teams this year. I think they are
Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Pats Nation, let's drink.
Weird guy, by the way.
On the flight back, were you doing calisthenics down the aisle?
Weird guy. Real weird. You're a weird guy, Ace. Weird guy.
Did you get
Thank you.
Hey, when you were there, did you get to visit Russell Wilson's office?
I think that's done with
Okay.
because of Sean. All right.
The corner
so
office?
Let's see. So this is Vitamin Man C.
Well, this is excellent.
Pats.
Isn't
Okay.
that a nice, easy drinker?
That's really nice.
Let's
Yeah.
see. What's the percentage on this one?
It's only 4.
Your GPA 4.0.
Oh, yeah. We got to go.
So you
this
had
is-
all the input on this one?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lager.
It's a lager. Now, a lot of these breweries, they're putting out the IPAs, the double IPAs that just, 1, 2 of those, you feel like you chugged a box of Bisquick
Yeah.
and you're also 3 sheets to the
Oh,
wind,
and you
right?
feel like shit the next day.
And I love, because the hops screw with your head like they're a preservative. It'll, there's a legitimate like hop fog that people get the next day. So, I'm getting up there. Actually, next
See,
week.
I can't, on top of the CTE, I can't do the hops fog. You know what I'm saying? Like with the tau
doubles
protein in this brain.
So
I
this
can't.
has an ABV of 4.0 and it has a CTE of 7.9.
The rating of
That's perfect.
CTE to alcohol content.
I'm getting up there like next January. I'm going to be turning my Ninkovich. I got the big 5-0 in the house coming up.
You look
And
good, though.
Well, thank you.
A lot of hair.
It is I got good lettuce.
Look at that lettuce.
I got good lettuce.
I hate you.
Hey, funny little story. Funny.
Freaking hate you, man.
Hey, Dan, quick note. Hey, it was fun having Fitzy on. In the future, can we have fewer fucking people with better hair?
He does that all the time. That's the first thing he talks about.
And you got a nice beard if you grew it out.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Fly hair.
You
I don't
look
get
like-
cold in the
you
winter.
would
I can jump in like Lake Michigan in January. The chest sweater is like it's like you.
You could, if you grow that, if you grew it out long,
Yeah.
Forrest Gump, man, running,
Like Leo in The Revenant.
just running.
I'll wrestle a bear for that. Whatever I got to do for a Pats win.
You just stepped in a big pile of dog shit. It happens. Shit happens.
My head is so big. Not to mention the hair. How big is it, Fitzy? My head is so big.
Wow, that is a big hat.
I couldn't play freshman football because
Your
they couldn't
dome
find
is
a
that
helmet.
big. Turn it. Oh, turn that. Wow, you get like
the size of
that's
that,
the
right?
brain.
It's like you can drop
Your
something.
brain
it'll
is
get
huge.
Like geosynchronous orbit right around.
That's at least 10 pounds. The average
Oh.
head is 8.
Exactly. You get that from Jerry Maguire?
No, I just made it up. I think it's just general knowledge. Doesn't everyone
Massive
know?
squash.
Doesn't everyone know that the human head is 8 pounds?
That's from Jerry Maguire.
Nah, I don't even think about Jerry Maguire.
Yes, it is. What are you talking about?
Are we taking crazy pills over here?
I'm just saying it's not from that. It's just from.
It is from Jerry Maguire.
It's
from health, from Jerry Maguire.
Health class. It's from health class.
It's not. It's from Jerry Maguire.
Nink, help
That's where you learned it from.
How much is a human head weigh?
Can you put the clip up from Jerry Maguire?
Yeah, exactly. The adorable little.
Because this might jog the CTE out.
Oh
of a
wow,
little bit.
it's 5.1 to 11 pounds.
There you go.
So there's
This
a
one
range
is gonna-
there.
I'll probably tilt the scale the other way. But
Yours
anyway,
is definitely 12 pounds.
I've known these guys for a couple of years. They're the biggest Pats fans at any brewery, and they reached out and they were like, "Hey, let's do a collab or something." And instead of doing an IPA, which would be the natural, like a
everybody
default,
does.
that's whatever Hey, the Hayes Bros are putting away these days. I thought, let's make something easy. Even though a stronger beer may be necessary for this Pats season, we'll see. I thought, let's just do a tailgate crusher, something you can just leave around, mow the lawn, come back from consulting with the Broncos, sell a couple cars, whatever. Just that you can put away a couple of, and they made it delicious on top of it.
It's very good. It's a tasty beer.
Where
is this brew? Where do they actually have their
greatest place in the world? South Shore kid, Weymouth.
South Shore?
Yeah.
South Shore.
He's starting to learn all this
I'm
now.
from Braintree.
South
He's starting
okay.
to learn all this now.
Yeah, I'm
So
from
that's like
yeah.
Okay.
The South, fucking Quincy.
It's like Hanover.
Yeah, well, yeah, Hanover. You got
Hanover.
Rockland, which is the Syria of the South Shore.
Okay.
You got Weymouth, which is
Not East Boston.
Sad Braintree.
Yeah.
You got Braintree, my hometown. Quincy, home of the Presidents. Randolph, Holbrook, which actually is no one's ever gone there on purpose. It's just like there. I don't even know what goes on there. But yeah, we got good people. Bar Pizza, the best breweries. You should come.
I do love bar pizza.
The bar pizza's good.
My buddy Dave.
Yeah, we've been there. Lobster
yes,
Trap.
we did Lobster Trap years. I think was that two. That was before COVID.
It was right before COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, and Bourne?
Yes.
That is one of the best restaurants in New England.
It is amazing. And then he has a
pizza
bar
place.
that he literally just does wings, pizza, burgers, and beer. Killer. That's called the Trading Post. It's 1 mile from the Lobster Trap.
No shit.
So you get off, go over the bridge, Bourne, bust that right, and it's literally you pass the Trading Post on your way to the Lobster Trap, and it is really good.
Really good bar pizza.
To me, like
They got the
Real good
best
pizza.
burger, and their burger. I sent Dave this because we were coming over for just to watch a game and drink about 10 tequila sodas, and I did
little ranch water.
Yeah, really good. So I sent him this recipe for the burger. It had like the pickles. They make like their homemade pickles, and it had like this garlic sauce that he put on. He made the burger, and it was amazing. And then he's like, I just left that as the menu burger. It's from Ninko. Ninko gave him the recipe.
No.
Amazing burger.
Called the Ninkinator.
It's called the Ninko burger.
Ninko Burger. Nice.
Should be the Ninkinator.
Nice.
Here,
I like
the
that.
Ninko
Here it is right
burger.
here.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Trust me. No
Kid's
pride.
cute.
Just get on the plane. Meet us at the gate, okay? Good. We'll see you there.
Okay, Avery will meet you at the B gate at 4:15.
I think it skipped
Don't
it.
be late.
Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Did you know that Troy Aikman in only 6 years has passed for 16,303 yards?
Renee
You
Zellweger.
know bees and dogs can smell fear?
It's like a little Ninko in the back seat.
No, that kid's cuter.
Tom
than that.
Cruise. Unstoppable.
That
Force
dude
of
is
nature.
pretty nuts.
So
No headrests,
that's okay,
and
though.
you ever notice that's a movie thing? They take the headrests out.
yeah, you have to. You can't get the shot in there. I know. Did you can't buy this anymore, right? This is sold out.
First batch sold out.
They're gonna make more.
Actually, on the opening night, they just all the ingredients came in. Second batch should be ready just before the Germany game. So fingers crossed, the Patriots stay relevant all through the season. That they're doing well by the time you get to the Germany game, and batch 2 will be ready. On the opening night, we had it released August 9th. I threw a beer release party, and all the proceeds went to Boston Children's Hospital to the Every
Very
Children
cool.
Fund for all the entertainment they provide there. Because my brother and I are both only alive because of Boston Children's Hospital. And no, it wasn't. My head was so big when I was born, it broke my neck. Like, Children's Hospital does amazing work. So we threw a thing. I had Christian Fourier and Druzy and Matt Chatham showed up. And so we did like comedy party and like a comedy show. And then those guys came up and we just did like a free form. So 150 Pats fans showed up, asked questions. The beer was pouring. We raised $3,000 that night for the hospital. It was
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool
and the
thing.
beer sold out like that. Mostly just because it's so easy to drink.
Yeah, it definitely is.
You know
What
where
was that, nice and
Fourier's
easy?
son plays?
Do you believe?
Colorado.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And he was not he was not a guy that they brought in. So they're probably
yeah. Oh, he was there already?
yeah, he was there already.
Yeah. He might be the
Double
transfer
Liz
portal.
Frank injuries.
Oof.
Double.
Oh.
He's broke both Liz Franks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
No.
Double Liz Frank?
Like both Liz Franks. Like I don't know how
Weird
that
name for an injury, too.
It is so weird. Liz Frank.
It's the
Keep
doctor.
your
I
foot
think.
together.
It's the doctor.
I'm Dr. Ninkovich.
No, but it's the doctor, Liz Frank. think that's how
I
it's
am a
named.
doctor, though.
Yeah, I know.
They used to call me Dr. Ninko. Would you go see Dr. Ninkovich? Doesn't that sound like a Kevorkian type thing? Like super crazy?
Sort of sounds like on The Simpsons, like, hey, everybody, it's Dr. Ninkovich.
Dr. Ninkovich.
Yeah, Dr. Ninkovich.
Come to me if you want to die.
Have some beer. Everything will be clear.
Your blood pressure's high.
How
Have
bad
more
can-
tequila.
How bad can CTE really be?
How did you get through medical school? I didn't. I bought my degree. I donated. Yeah, this is a very drinkable beer.
Love
Very
to hear
good.
that.
And I'm a
Very
light beer guy. I'm not
Yeah.
like, IPAs. So a friend of mine, John, who's a neighbor, has
Sounds fictitious.
has a beer company.
Yeah, we
It's
had it on the show.
Schwendy.
We had it on the show.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like it was.
Okay, so listen.
I think it was like 9%.
This okay, so listen.
9.5%.
He calls me like 2 weeks ago, and they did this thing in North Attleboro, and they had like a tray. He's got a trailer that he's got the kegs in it, and they did a tent, like a beer tent thing. So they did it on a Thursday. He calls me on a Friday. He's like, "Hey, Saturday it's supposed to be hot. I'm gonna bring the trailer over, invite the neighborhood, and we'll just have a beer thing." And I was like, "All right." So I invited everyone. Come on over. Let's swim. So we literally had 100 pours of that 9%.
Oh,
You want to talk about people wasted?
Oh,
like
yeah.
my neighbor Greg, he was in my pool, and I had to like say, "Greg, it's time to get out, bro." He was like floating like he was dead. And I said, "Dude, if you drown in my pool, I don't know if my umbrella will cover the death policy."
he's like
here.
Will Ferrell when he like takes the dart.
Yeah.
and
He's in
old
the
school,
hot tub. He was
and
like
he
in the
just
hot
sort of-
tub like this. Like he was in the hot tub like this. I said, "Dude, you need to cool off. You look like you're gonna die." So then he
Hello,
goes in the pool. He
darkness,
just
my
like floats away into the deep end.
You dive in.
I said, "No." I said, "I just grabbed him." I said, "Get the hell out."
But that's the
Get
problem.
the
These
pool
IP
skimmer, pull them in.
They're
Just-
too easy. That's the thing. Like there's 6.5%, 8, 9. Like
Well, usually when they have the percentage there that's high, the first taste you're like,
Yeah,
it's a little high, and then after like 2 beers, you're like,
This is easy,
is
yeah.
like a light beer. Man.
and by the time you get to the third one, you're like, you have a problem drinking.
And then by the 6th one, and then you have a cigar, you get confused on why your headache is so bad the next day. Is it either CTE or is it the 6 to 10 IPAs plus the cigar that you had the night before? I blame it on the drinks.
Sounds like a new
really
segment on the show. Was it CTE or
Is
ABV?
it CTE?
Is it CTE?
Is it brain
Yeah, we
damage?
can definitely do that. That's
Is
a good
it
one.
Brain damage. That's a great segment.
Or
Is
I
it
can
brain
do.
damage? Question
Just
mark.
give me like
And then
an
you could
associate
just
producer credit, or just like maybe a key.
we could do a clip of somebody's doing something or saying something. You have like, I don't know, have
You can do
Antonio
it-
Brown on
Yeah,
in
you
a
can do it on
speech.
the
Pretty
Yeah.
sure I know.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I know the answer.
I think he said he had CTE the other day.
Did he?
Yeah,
I think he said something like
finally
his-
came out and said it.
My CTE's acting up or something like that.
Fun new segment. Another improvisational segment here on your show. It takes a lot of balls to come up with a segment on someone else's show, but what the
It's
fuck?
fine.
Right?
I don't mind. We don't mind.
Okay. Do you think during that famous playoff game did Burfict's hit on Antonio Brown? Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
think that was like the game changer?
No.
100%.
It can't just be one play.
It's
No.
his brain bounced on each side 5 times in
No,
that hit.
no.
I mean,
it's a
he was-
multiple. It's a.
If you watch that hit too close, you get a concussion.
I feel like
A vicarious concussion? Damn.
Yeah, it's like watching his head bounce back and forth.
I
He
do
got
watch
killed in
some
that
like
hit.
MMA, and I go, oh god, like
That's a cage.
that's a
rattler.
bad one right there.
Yeah,
Like-
some of those. But I don't know. That Burfset hit was.
I mean, he was out on the field for like 2 minutes.
That was
straight.
the shoulder, and he just.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
all this problem. I mean, I don't
That's
know.
when it all started, though. That's when he started getting crazy.
I think. I mean, habitually smoking weed every day probably isn't good for your brain either. Which
probably not the best idea.
Angel
like
dust.
every day, every day.
Like a little edible every now and again.
Like,
no,
okay,
the kids
9
won't
o'clock.
shut
If
up.
it's a.m., I think that's not good. If it's
No.
p.m., it's excusable. If it's 9 p.m. and you're like, I feel like 5 milligrams is going to make me relaxed. If it's 9 a.m. and you feel like to start your day off, you need an edible, I don't know. And, mid-job, you're like tasting the dessert section. I think that's probably not great for the long-term aspect of living, which in a society right now where it's legal in Massachusetts, I think restaurant owners are having an issue with that. The Sundays come out with a freaking scoop out of them.
Yeah. Well, if you're from the thing of that Antonio Brown was like that because of that, not because of that hit, then isn't Mike Tomlin probably one of the greatest coaches of keeping shit in the locker room?
Oh, yeah.
Because you never heard anything about Antonio Brown until kind of right after that.
No, but then he lost his shit after.
I understand
2 years after.
I'm saying the timeline might almost be like that was like what set off the bomb, or like that was the catalyst, and then everything just went south from there. And you talk about Tomlin keeping everything in the locker room. Think about this: before you guys played them in the 2016 AFC Championship, where you throttled them in the fog, and Hogan went off that day.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, you guys played. I forget that game. I think it was reasonably big game 2 weeks later. If you think about that, like there was a Facebook Live where Antonio Brown, unauthorized, went live in the locker room, and he carried Tomlin talking like, "We're gonna be ready for their ass next weekend." Like that came out. Everything, the Herald, the Globe, every Barstool grabbed it. So by the time you guys played them, they were done already.
Yeah.
They were like, you guys were ready to just absolutely take them to the woodshed.
Well,
that night.
Big Ben likes to charge the ball. He enjoyed dropping the football.
But it was like after he got that hit, I think he like the next few weeks later, he bleached his goatee.
I mean, science would point towards multiple than just one.
That one was just bad though.
It was not good.
Yeah,
that was an.
Anytime you're like that, which I've never been,
but he probably had multiple concussions adding up to that one. That was like Brown.
Brown. Oh yeah.
That one was just like the seal.
He just had a case of the entitlements, and there was a reckoning and a humbling.
He had a few cases.
Yeah. You don't remember early in his career being entitled.
He had a couple cases.
Line one that's Midgeville, Georgia on the line
of beer cases, maybe other cases.
That was a surprisingly great game. Do you remember that one?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, did you guys know? Like, I know Brady used to always say, like, I got Dick LeBeau's defense. I got all the answers to the test. But
the hard part is like
they had
a lot of freelancers. Like Palomalu was really good, but the one thing that got him in trouble a lot was he was freelancing. So like he would come down or he would move and not be where he's supposed to be. Tom loves that shit. Like, okay, like you want to rotate opposite of where you should be. Like, I'm just gonna throw it right here. Like spot drop, and then there are a lot of zone blitzing. Zone against Tom is not good.
Not smart
because he's gonna just figure it out. Like, okay, he's coming. Okay, I will go right where you're coming. So it's like any of those big games, except for the big thing that Tom doesn't like is a pass rush. Obviously, most quarterbers don't like a pass rush. Our biggest problems were against teams that played good man and had a good rush.
Yeah, Giants.
Like Denver too. Like in Denver, when we lost to Denver in Denver,
I don't even want to.
They had Vaughn and they had Ware. Then they had Akib, and then they had shut down corners.
I feel like that it was maybe like Roby, Chris Harris, and
they had a good Akib. Secondary.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then they had two good pass rushers. That's the Achilles heel of most quarterbacks. But when you are a Tom that just sits back in the pocket and needs to step up and throw down the field, like you need good protection and no rush. Teams that didn't rush Tom, he kill them.
Whenever those lanes got taken away, like with the Giants, with the NASCAR formation,
like
straight up the 2010, when you guys had that shocking divisional round loss against Rex Ryan.
Yes.
Like that was just like he was seeing Ghost Sean Ellis, and those guys were just closing the gap and just crushing the guys on the line up the middle, and then Brady didn't have anywhere to go. But if you give him time or a pocket that he can step up into, like the game was over before it started. It was just a matter of time.
I mean, similar to Peyton. We don't have the game has changed like dramatically since those guys.
Yeah,
when you had Peyton Manning and you had Drew. Even Drew was like that. check with me systems. Like a lot of these new offenses, because of college, are run what we call. And if they change, like it's just one check. Like literally Tom would change everything. The protection, the play.
Dan Copeland talked about it.
Yeah,
Dan Copeland said that he played for with Manning and with Brady, and said that Manning would call out the mic on a pass, but Copeland would have to call out the mic on a rush.
Yeah,
Brady would call it out every time. It doesn't matter if it was pass, rush, whatever it was.
I think we're missing that a little bit too. I missed the
Well, of course you're missing that, because the play was like, well, in Madden last night, this worked, so we run the four verticals.
wide wheel route to the back.
Yeah, four
wheel
verticals works on this one.
Damn it, I hit X.
It's going to be this.
Yeah.
You don't think Billy O's installing an offense where Mac will have more free reign at the line to change the play and everything?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I mean, he'll have maybe 2 options.
But it's more than he had. It's
We're
more.
going all the way back to like
not-
NFL Blitz. Tom gonna go like
He's going to have 2 plays. He's going to have one
That's
play
more
or
than
the
he had
other.
last year, though.
I'm saying he's not going to be like Tom.
No, he's not.
As far as the check goes.
you can't compare him to Tom Brady.
I'm saying
that's so
the free range. I'm not comparing him to Tom. I'm saying that the offense is not going to be similar to what Tom ran.
You can't compare a single quarterback in the NFL right now to Tom Brady. Not one.
Patrick Mahomes.
No, because it's
He's so
different.
different.
It's different.
But I'm saying the winning
That's
is comparable.
But the winning is the
Yeah,
winning.
but
Like,
the production is comparable.
Watching the quarterback series
so far in a short window comparative to Tom's window.
Did you guys watch that Netflix series, The Quarterback? Like
I did.
As a Pats fan, it screwed me up so much because I just I started it and I was like, Mahomes, man, he's never going to beat Brady. Like, it's fun, but like his brother sucks. The wife drives me crazy, and also just like, it's kind of talks like Kermit, and it makes everything up. Like, I came in with all these preconceived notions,
And then it changed.
And by the end of it, I was like, damn it, this guy is so good.
I like
He's
this
a
guy.
generational talent. Like, he's like something special. Like, just watching all the work he did, like expanding his spine and doing things so that he could take his God-given baseball talents his dad gave him and turn them into football skills. Like, he's awesome. Like, if you're a Patriots fan and you still hate on Patrick Mahomes, then that's a you issue, not a football, NFL, or Mahomes issue, because like his greatness is not to be denied. I don't know if there's anyone like him.
I do like Patrick Mahomes.
No, Mahomes is a great player. I just don't think you can compare him to Brady because they're just two totally different.
I'm not comparing. I'm comparing the production. He has great production.
I don't think you can really
for the
compare
time.
the production because the production is on Mahomes' side if you take that window.
Well, it is.
The production
But the
side of
game
it.
has changed in a
it's
sense
different.
of they're not running the football. Like, when Tom took over as a Patriots starting quarterback, basically the defense supported him and the running game was
I
way
think
more advanced.
Brady's first Super Bowl, I think he threw for 130 yards.
Yeah,
Right?
it was a
50
defensive-
50.
Came on that Troy
Yeah,
Brown slant.
yeah.
Like, it was
I
a
think 50 were in
defensive
like the
team.
last 2 minutes of the game.
Like 07, things changed. Like when they set the passing record and he was throwing 50 something.
Oh, it was a different
touchdowns.
offense. I mean, you got
Like completely
Randy Moss
different.
versus
So
David
I
Gibbons.
feel like when I watch football now, it's different, and the rules suck. The rules make it suck, and I know they're trying to do it for safety, but players aren't in the best shape that they can be in to play football, especially in the first couple weeks. We're going to see guys get hurt, like IR
It's the
hurt,
extension of the preseason.
Because no one gets tuned up in the preseason.
because
Right?
they're not hitting. You know, they put pads on like 12 times max, I think.
That's the max I think they can put
Like
on.
they don't really put pads on, so they're not working at playing football. They're working at 7-on-7, just running on routes on air, like stuff that is you do that it's not like tackling, it's not like fundamentals, and you see sloppy football. We're gonna see a bunch of missed tackles like tonight.
Yeah.
At the Lions at Kansas City, like
Yeah, you will.
you're gonna see some shitty football. I'm taking the Lions, by the way.
I actually am going to take the Lions.
You're taking the Lions? How am I gonna win this year if you're taking my picks?
You're down. You haven't won in a single year yet, so
You guys are you as a football guy? Are you a Dan Campbell fan?
yeah.
I was a Dan Campbell teammate. And I would
That's right. I
tell
forgot you.
In
yeah.
Miami?
No,
Yeah.
in New Orleans.
New Orleans. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Dan Campbell is a dog.
Yeah.
That's the part that changed. That part has changed. Type in Ernie Conwell. I think we've done this before.
Dan Campbell's a dog. That's right. I don't
Dan
care if you have
Campbell.
one knee and 3 ass cheeks. I'll kick your rear.
Hey, man. Hey, I love when he talks like a wrestler.
Yeah.
We ain't messing around. We're going to bite kneecaps off. We're going to be tough. Type in Ernie Conwell. This is what a tight end looked like as a 2006 rookie. When I got into the NFL, I had to go against tight ends that looked like Ernie Conwell. Hit images, please.
He's on YouTube.
No, he's a freaking
Ernie Conwell.
Ernie Conwell played for the Rams when
Yep.
they were the greatest show on turf. And the dude...
My God, he's
just,
all neck.
Just an absolute freak show. Hold on, keep going down. There's one of him walking. Look at that one with the Saints. Because when I was a rookie, the dude was like...
It's a fullback.
Oh, my God.
6'4", 285.
Yeah.
That's like the guy that protected the queen in Game of Thrones.
Like mountain.
Smokes.
The mountain.
The mountain.
And that's what's changed. Like, the game has changed so much. Receivers are tight ends. Tight ends basically are receivers.
When did that change? What is the turning point? Like, to use the Gladwell term, like what was the turning point, the tipping point, if you will, from when guys used to just be, just big football dudes and what? Nobody was in like ridiculous shape like Nick Bosa was, and then all of a sudden, like next thing you know, you start seeing these guys that are just like chiseled and ridiculous.
I think things started to shift after the lockout when they changed the CBA and changed like 2-a-days and no hitting, so like less contact, spread offense. So like everyone started to do this spread offense thing where 11 personnel was like 21, no big guys.
Yeah.
So then rosters started to change where there was no fullbacks. Like they wouldn't have a big heavy tight end. They wouldn't have a fullback. So it was more speed oriented than actual run. And I think the Patriots last Super Bowl, literally, they just went back in time and they played bully ball. Like they beat Kansas City in Kansas City in overtime.
Yeah.
Because they just ran the football. They couldn't stop the run. They literally walked it in.
Sony and Burkhead and Sony and just one after another.
One after the other.
They didn't really walk it in though. I mean, it was
they handed the ball. They took
I know.
the ball.
They was
Edelman
clock
and Gronk had sick catches in overtime.
Yeah.
Same play.
Yeah.
Every play was the same one.
I know which
flipped.
one it was. Haas Y juke, right?
Motion, touch the hash, and back.
Yep.
They just did the same play 3 times and
they
killed
couldn't
them.
stop it.
They couldn't stop it. That and Rex up the middle. Like they couldn't stop the run. So then they play the Rams, and you got golf shit in his pants. You got the head coach shit in his pants talking to Bill. Bill's sitting there like,
it was like, yeah,
hey, he's just like, hey, they're a big fan, big fan, Bill, big fan. Watch a lot of tape. Like,
no, I know. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm gonna kick your ass afterwards.
Want to be a real
Hey,
fan?
Bill, remember when you beat the Rams in Super Bowl 36?
Hey, Bill,
that was awesome.
Hey, man, that was awesome. My dad told me a lot about you.
Do you think he said to him too, like, if you want to be a real fan, give me the playbook?
So anyway, that game was won before the game was played.
Over.
But that was a good example of running the football, like using the fullback. Like a lot of teams aren't doing that. So the more success that certain teams have at a spread offense with 10, 11 personnel, then it's a copycat league. So people are trying to copycat that. Just like the Wildcat, just like the RPO, just like the mobile quarterback, teams want to adopt that. They do it. Like the Ravens this year. I mean, Lamar, he's paid. Lamar might not be Lamar. We'll see. I don't know. He's got $200 million. Like he might just be like, I'm sore today. I don't.
They gave him some people to throw the ball to.
They did. So he better throw that football.
Could be Tyreek Hill 2.0 for all we know.
So this is a great year to figure out. Like, is this team gonna make a leap because you got the quarterback there for a long time? Didn't play last year in the playoffs because of his knee. Okay, but got his contract.
If it's not going well,
got his contract. But that's just like college football. You got kids now that are like, I want to go to the place that pays me the most.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about
they're making
whatever. I'm trying to make money.
What did Zay Flowers say the other day of how much he made on his NIL deal with Boston College? I think he said $5 million.
What?
Yeah.
Almost positive.
But he revealed his signing bonus.
Yeah, his signing bonus. Yeah,
his signing bonus with the Ravens. His signing bonus was $7 million, and all the Ravens players were just like, "You got to be shitting me! You made how much? Like $7 million bucks? Like his whole family's taken care of forever now, just off the signing bonus from being a first-round wide receiver. Just like that. Must be nice, huh?
Well, I saw that Sanders' son is like, after the first week, his NIL or whatever endorsement money, like they're projected to be like $4 million or something.
Sure. Think about it. Think about every Dan O'Brien auto in Colorado that's probably just like, ooh, let's get Shedeur Sanders.
And Dan loves to give cars away.
To some players.
JC Jackson?
No.
Can we give him a car?
No.
Bolden? You gonna give Bolden a car?
No.
Yeah.
You got to get that air freshener out.
Yeah. No
Yeah. Well, it took a while for that one.
Yeah.
J.C. Jackson was a little
Can
different.
we take the whole car apart?
Yeah.
Get the smell out of this thing?
Could you maybe?
There's like it's a crime scene.
Like it leaves
Can we
beautiful. It comes in looking like the Griswold family truckster.
Yeah.
Like,
Is there blood? Is there blood in here?
You're getting phone calls from
Is
from
that semen?
You're getting phone
here at
calls
Dan
from
O'Brien
what
Auto,
is
we
that?
have a please remove the dead body from the trunk policy when you borrow.
Hi, Dan O'Brien. Yeah, I found a biohazard sticker in the console. Is that
It looks like the Delta.
is that a
plane.
bad thing or like? What happened?
It's not even
here?
that though. You get calls from the state police and everything. That's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, that's a bad deal. Well, you provide cars to a couple good guys.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
There it is.
Got
You
Bill.
said,
Got
earlier-
Bill B.
Bill B.
Don't say something wrong. He's going to say, "Take your car back.
No, he won't.
I want a Volvo."
He's actually probably the best one
I'm gonna have to send one to Nantucket.
when you have to get
I'm gonna
when
have to send a car out to Nantucket.
we give him a new car every year.
For
And
Linda.
he is the best one. He comes out, whoever we have drop it off comes out, shakes their hand, like brings them out like a jersey of somebody and like talks to them. and
Ninko
everything.
jersey.
No. There's been Edelman.
Ninko jersey. Edelman.
What? There's two Edelman jerseys.
Give it two
that went-
Edelmans.
Yeah.
Fucking Jules.
Yeah. The Ninko jerseys
Edelman's
have
looking old these days.
the Ninko
Jules, you're
jerseys
getting
have the winnow on
real
it.
gray. You see him in that Lay's potato chip commercial?
did.
And then you got which is a great commercial. Have you
That's
seen that?
but
Yeah, it's good.
phenomenal.
Great
phenomenal
commercial. You
Correct
got-
me if I'm wrong. Did Edelman not look like an old Hollywood movie producer?
He looked
Yeah.
old as shit.
Like,
maybe
straight
like
off
a
the Boogie
porno
Nights set.
producer or something.
Yeah. Put
'Cause
him in
he's really
a
hairy.
turtleneck with some big glasses.
Julian's very
Super.
hairy. Like he's got like the layer of hair, and then he's got like leg hair. Like I have a little bit, but that's normal. Like he's got like that thick weird hair, and then like now it's all turning like wiry gray. So like in the Lay's commercial, he's like, "Hey, don't even think about it." Like just gray. He's got great hair, but he's gonna be like silver 5 years.
Yeah.
Like silver. He's gonna just be all silver.
Whereas
Maybe
Tom
shorter
will
than
just
that.
continue to Benjamin Button
Tom,
and get younger.
Tom will just dye it.
Plastic surgery and everything.
Tom's gonna look like Zorro in about 30 years. He's gonna just be black hair. Just
Just get dark. It gets darker as
he's
the
gonna
years
get
go on.
skinnier. He's gonna be that guy that's like 6'4", like super skinny.
It'll eventually look like Count Dracula.
Yeah, just be like
There was a time last year when we all heard he was like going through the divorce
Yeah.
and the offense like wasn't working. Obviously, he and Todd Bowles weren't gelling, and you saw Brady at the press conferences, and you were just like, "Dude, Tom, just go have a sandwich. Just like go.
you need
go to a Publix.
You need a burger.
Go to a Publix, get a pub sub, extra honey mustard cheese. Get down there, like have that up.
The
Doesn't have to have-
avocado oils are not helping.
Oh, he looked like
Handsome guy though.
devastating.
Handsome guy.
You love yourself from Tom Brady.
I mean, he's a handsome guy.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's
Still
the
never
big
met
thing.
him in person. Interviewed him a number of times. Never met him.
Are you gonna see him Sunday?
I don't know. I mean,
Should
like,
just
it could be
sneak your
It's all
way
under.
in.
It's all under wraps, isn't it?
could be like everything that they're doing.
They gotta have a.
I mean, I've heard a couple
banner
things.
drop jersey.
Yeah.
Banner drop.
They gotta put the jersey up there. The
DraftKings watch
number's
party.
gonna go up somewhere.
Come to the DraftKings watch party. Come on, come see Ninko.
Nobody's gonna go to the DraftKings watch.
Oh
party.
yeah, there's gonna be tons.
Oh, there's
of
gonna be people there, but like
It's
anybody,
It's at the casino. They're gonna be people just degenerates, like just gambling.
half the people aren't gonna be from Boston. Probably
No, they're
they're coming downstairs. Like, what's going on here? Who's that guy over there?
the Foxwoods. Going to Foxwoods.
They're gonna walk over. They're gonna be like, "Is that Bradley Cooper?"
Then you say,
Oh no,
I was
it's,
a big Vrabel
Who
fan.
is? Yeah, you know, actually, hey Rob, you wore 50 well, but you know who really wore it well? Vrabel.
stole
You're gonna walk over and go, Winovich, you cut your
God.
hair.
Touchdowns
Oh my God! In 2001, Vrabel. Oh, he was so handsome. When I saw you, I was like, oh, he's a little chubby in the bin section. But his beard's nice. I'll take the beard.
Did you ever catch any touchdowns in the Super Bowl?
I asked Bill, can I, be a tight end? He goes, well, man, what do you want me to take Rob out of the game? Good comeback.
Actually, Rob got
Want me
taken
to want to take Hernandez out? Oh shit! Like, bad joke.
How
Bad
about
timing.
how about like 2016? Gronk was out after that Jets game in November, so you had Martellus Bennett. Could have run a little package for you.
Martellus is a freak. Martellus is better than me. Very good tight end. Martellus. You see what he does lately?
He owns a like animation company.
No. Do you see what he does?
Oh, you mean
though?
the videos?
He's like,
the katana
like a ninja.
videos.
Like
Yeah.
what the hell? I laugh every time. He's like with his like.
What? He's going full ghost dog?
We got Instagram.
Yeah, you
on
haven't
this
seen
thing?
No.
TJ.
Oh.
TJ.
Yeah.
Come on. This is
It's Martellus Bennett.
Martellus Bennett. on Instagram. His last post is him doing it, and I laugh.
I laugh. There's a lot of them.
I'm just like, is he okay? Is he okay? I didn't know that
he was wild. Almost got the game-winning touchdown.
Can they actually see it, or where are you at? You got to go Reels? Oh, you can go on the computer. Yeah. Hey, we're a friendly sales team. Hello, I'm ass backwards in my payment. Can I get a brand new Hellcat? No. Can I get like a 3% interest? It's more like 12 because you're like 350 credits.
Free snacks, free drinks,
free.
Restrooms. My God,
free. Are
you guys turning it like the Dan O'Brien dealerships turning into like Starbucks where someone comes in, you can't kick them out?
We ordered Hellcats. Basically. Like we're supposed to like get Hellcat. We're not getting a Hellcat. It's not coming.
They're still on order.
No, they're gonna cancel them.
Did you find it, DJ? I can send it to you.
There it is, right there. There it is. Come on.
Yeah, the first one is it.
There.
Wow. The black and white one.
Watch. Here it is. Check them out. Yeah. Whoa.
It's like Kill Bill.
Wow.
I want to see somebody with another sword go and attack. Like, you think he's blocking him, or is he blocking the sword?
You think it would look like that, or you think it would look more like Dumb and Dumber?
Time out.
Why not just eventually allow the swords on the field?
Whoa. And he wears the whole outfit, too. Whoa. Yeah. I think he has some nunchucks, maybe?
Yeah, I think he's got them all. It's a Ninja Turtle.
Tomo Show. I wonder where that's at. Anyway. Well, let's move on.
Well, Ninja, baby.
Did you see the news about one of your other former teammates? What's going on with him?
Oh, God.
With Chandler?
I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, but you see what the Raiders did?
I don't know.
Yesterday?
What did they do yesterday?
They sent like either a social services or something like that to his house to like pick him up. It's like a welfare check.
Yeah, well, there's something going on.
They did a wellness check on Chandler Jones?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then that's when he put up that he's never going to play for Josh McDaniels.
What's going on? How come this is happening to McDaniels a second time?
I don't think it's Josh.
Raiders sent her to my place, said, "You need to come with us. You're in danger."
Yeah, I think he's not in a good spot right now.
That came out from that was last night.
I mean, I don't know about I don't know the particulars of the situation. I just know that he's not in a good spot. I don't know. I haven't reached out, but I just know that there's some shit going on. So hopefully he's good. Hopefully everything's okay, but I don't know.
I don't know. It could be the Josh McDaniels effect because there seems to be a lot of people when he becomes the head coach don't really want to play for him.
He wasn't there for training.
There's been a lot of them.
Twice. It's almost following the same pattern too. Like goes to Denver, gets rid of Cutler, adios Brandon Marshall,
drafted Tebow. That was his
drafted Tebow.
Drafted a guy that couldn't throw.
Still got a playoff win.
And we destroyed them.
Yeah.
Killed them. Strip sack Ninko on that, actually.
Was that one of the strip sack Ninkos?
Yeah.
Little Ninkovich sack-a-bitch?
Playoffs.
Yeah.
Tebow. Got it out. Lefty.
That long-ass throwing motion.
It's like, yeah, see ya. Anyway.
Yeah, but McDaniel's done this. This is going to be the second time. Well, it could be the third time, right? Because what he did with the Colts, you count it as a third. He's technically the coach of the head of the Colts,
They got Jimmy G. Jimmy G, if he could stay healthy. You got freaking. They had the best running back in the NFL.
Jimmy G's a downgrade to Carr.
No, 100%. He is not. Yep. No, he is not.
What?
Carr.
When you figure in like playing time and all that, 100%.
Daniel,
downgrade.
I'm not taking that shit.
Watch.
Carr in New Orleans. Carr misses open guys wide. Doesn't understand the playbook. That's why they got rid of him. Couldn't understand Josh's plays.
It is tough to understand Josh's plays, though.
Yes. Too complicated. They were frustrated because he couldn't get all the checks. They were frustrated because they had Tom Brady. They had guys like Garoppolo who understood how to play the offense.
Like Garoppolo so much.
I like Garoppolo. He's a good.
You want him to be the quarterback
here? He's a winner.
You were ready to pay him $25 million a year to come back here?
He's a winner.
Same.
I don't think so.
Would you rather Mac Jones or Jimmy G?
When you compare the salaries too, I'd say Mac Jones.
I don't give a shit about.
Because if you had Jimmy G, you'd have less people here.
No,
You already
that's
don't
not
have
true.
it. If you're saying the roster is
They
already
would
not
have the
talented
same
enough,
people that they have right now.
no,
if they had
you
Jimmy
wouldn't
G.
because you have like $30 million compared to like $2 million.
They would. They would just push that shit down.
I don't think
the line.
so.
2 years ago, when there were all the rumblings about San Francisco moving on from him, they were going to trade up, the whole Shanahan debacle where they were going to take Mac Jones, whatever. Would you not have wanted to have had Jimmy G and then spend that first round draft pick on like a defensive stud or like something else? Like, how much worse off would the Patriots be, or how much better off would they be if you had Jimmy G back home, Bill has his bay, finally back with him, and the Patriots have all those draft picks to spend?
Jimmy
Yeah, but-
G is a very good quarterback.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Last
Belichick
year,
could have had him and
if
didn't
I had
take
you
him.
run and I step on your foot and kneel
But
on
it's
your
always
foot,
something, though. It's always
it's
something.
not, because it's football. There's always something in football.
Well, Brady never really missed any games. He had 1 year.
Well, he blew his knee out.
Yeah,
If he was Brady, he would have
like
never blown his knee
20
out.
plus seasons and only was out.
So
one of
Jimmy
them.
G, for me. What about your Mac Jones?
You were the biggest Mac Jones fan when he was named
no,
the
I was a
starter.
big Mac
You
Jones-
came in with Big Macs and you were saying that
His
that
rookie
it was,
season-
It was.
Then I learned a lot about him
around.
last year. I learned a lot about him. He still does this if he misses the throw. He does this
How he only threw like 8 passes in the
in training
preseason
camp.
game.
In training camp, he'd be like this. And he'll look back. I'm like, dude,
Does that rub off the wrong way on
yes, I hate that. Hate it.
Rubs off on Rob.
It rubs off on me. You ever
Yeah.
see Tom do that?
Yeah,
No, never seen Tom do this.
N'Keal Harry didn't get a pass thrown to him
That's
for
different.
the rest of the year.
And you see Tom freak out and say, "Motherfucker!" Like,
Yeah.
run that. I want that. Other than
Yes, there's plenty of stuff
Looking
like
at the
that.
It's one
coach.
thing to expect perfection when you've won 6 Super Bowls and you've been in the league 20 years, and it's another thing when you come in from Alabama, people doubt you, and you have to prove your bona fides. And like Mac Jones is like, it's great to be exacting and demanding, but don't you kind of have to earn your stripes before you're barking at people and telling them where to go and what to
doing
do?
the gritty when you score one touchdown
But that's
In
the
the Pro
NFL though. That's the NFL.
in the Pro Bowl
In the-
because
in
of
the Pro
injury.
Bowl.
Yeah, but
and people
that's what you
decided
do in the
not
Pro
to
Bowl,
play.
though. Yeah, but you do it in the Pro Bowl. Like it's flag football.
No, he did that
It's flag
in the
football.
regular season.
Yeah, not even anymore.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah,
Which
they
is
do the
also
gritties
a-
and shit like that. Like that's what you do in the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl.
I hate the
Pro Bowl's flag
too.
football, isn't it?
It's
Next year.
stupid. It's ridiculous.
Mac Jones burned like last season with MF bombing Patricia and yelling all the time and the histrionics and calling Josh and calling Alabama and everything. I feel like he burned all the equity he had organizationally and with Belichick. And like this is now his prove it or lose it season.
But it's always going to be his prove
That's
it or
it,
lose
like-
it season
but,
because
like, no, for real,
yeah,
like, either
it's 100% his prove it or lose
Like,
it season.
does he get the 5th-year option picked up? Is he the quarterback of the future
Yeah.
at Foxborough? Will someone else pick him up? Is he going to turn into like the next Chase Daniel, or like Sam Bradford, where he's an overpaid backup his entire career? Or can he actually be Kirk Cousins 2.0? And you say that, and people are like, "Oh God, that's the best we're going to get." Like Kirk Cousins, quarterback Netflix series or not, like he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
His numbers are rock solid. I think most teams would be happy to have somebody who throws a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio and can win you more games than you lose, right?
Well, if you have Kirk Cousins with a really good defense, you get far in the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, you just do. Like he's gonna throw a ball. The thing with Mac Jones is by week 4 you're gonna know the direction of the franchise. By week 4. Week 4, you figure out what's going to happen. It's either going to be Mac Jones for an extended period of time, or it's going to be, all right, this ain't going to work out. We're going to figure something out this upcoming year. Or it could be Corral at that point.
Yeah, this is a massive season.
It's a big year.
It is a big year.
It's a big year.
But you know who it's not going to be a big year for? Your buddy Zappy.
He might be. Hey, in 4 weeks.
In 4 weeks, Zappy will be cut.
Wow. I'm going to warm my hands on that
You're
take.
just a mean guy. What if Zappy's mom's watching this?
Here.
Right now?
How great is Zappy? You have Patriots fans all last year screaming Zappy, Zappy, Zappy. 31 other teams could have picked him up, and not a single one did. Not one.
It's because he's short.
Because he stinks.
Because they exposed him in that Bears game. Was that not the worst?
I've seen a lot of exposure.
He couldn't throw the ball over the line.
It's been a lot of
Couldn't get the ball
exposure in
over
my
the line.
days.
That was such a surreal game to be at because you hear the
You know
report.
who I have an issue with too? That everyone's high on? Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I don't think get it.
Ooh.
The guy wears gloves to throw.
I don't know.
What happens when it's raining?
His little hands.
I know, but what happens?
They
if
got
it's-
stretched. He went through hand stretching this
Yeah,
offseason.
yeah.
That's what he did?
Yeah, he did literally like found some sort of like archaic machine to like stretch his hands.
Oh, like stretch them to make them bigger?
Because he basically had like little baby hands.
Yeah.
Like little doll hands. And
It's like what was that commercial? Was either Burger King, McDonald's, the little hands one?
Dude,
like,
how
it was
about
like for the Whopper or something like that?
I fell asleep in Denver. I think it was, I don't know. You know, like you
Was
just
it
have
Russell
the
Wilson's
HBO.
office?
You have the HBO channel on.
Yeah.
And like whatever I fell asleep to, I woke up to what's the comedy scary movie? Remember this comedy?
Yeah.
It was with
Oh.
like the Wayans brothers. And like I woke up to the guy with the small hand.
Yeah, that
Like,
was Kenny Pickett.
Hi. He's trying to shake hands, and the girl's like, "Oh."
No,
Kenny Pickett.
yeah, I don't think Kenny Pickett's going to be that great.
But why does everybody think he's
He
so
looked good at the end of last season. They finished 7-2. He had established a connection with like Deontay Johnson and Pickens. By the way,
Pickens is going to be
the
big.
Thornton for Pickens thing is going to be the new Nikhil versus Debo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. That's gonna be well. What the Patriots need to do is just go kidnap whoever makes the decisions in the Steelers organizations for wide receivers. Just go kidnap them.
Yeah, fine.
Just yeah.
Like it's Celtic Pride. Just go get
Yeah.
him. Just kidnap him, bring him in.
I
make
mean,
him do a
so
draft.
when did they
Celtic
ever miss?
Pride.
When
What
did they
a
ever
good
miss?
Boston movie.
That's an underrated Boston movie. Nobody talks about Celtic Pride that often.
Fever Pitch. You Fever Pitch
I don't
guy?
know. Fever
Get
Pitch is
it outta
terrible.
here.
Celtic Pride's good.
Drew Barrymore. Oh, that's like I never got that.
That movie sucks.
Terrible.
But like, why wouldn't you though go grab somebody from the Steelers organization that handles wide receiver scouting?
What's we talked about this last episode. Sorry, change it. What's your favorite Boston movie?
I don't know, come back to me. I got to think about it.
All right. What's
The
your
best
favorite?
Boston movie?
Yeah,
It's The Town.
that's your favorite.
It's absolutely the town.
I
I'm about
really-
to leave this whole town. I mean, how many different? I'm not to go full Joe Missoula, but like, how many different things? Whose car are we taking? I'm about to leave this whole town in my rear view. Prime Affleck.
Whose car we taking?
Whose car are we taking?
What a great movie.
Oh my!
No.
Blake Lively. There's
Blake
Lively.
I
at
said
the
this last
bar.
episode. I
she's-
dug her.
Oh, she's
dig
all
her.
drunk and all on
Just like-
opiates at the bar.
But everybody goes to the town now, though. That's the thing. That's why I don't want to go to it.
Well, I'm not going to go with Blown Away. That movie is awful.
No.
That movie sucks.
You can say like Black Mass. Nobody really talks about that.
Yeah. What? You give away your steak recipe?
Yeah.
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 You just
That's
gave
a good
away
one.
You know who really?
See, I don't go to a party.
You know
either,
one of
'cause
my
I'll
favorite
walk you to the
actors,
party.
Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones.
I want you to check every hen house, outhouse.
I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care.
Hey,
Fugitive
The Fugitive,
is-
that's a great movie.
That's
Harrison Ford.
in the perfect movie. Like I keep a canon of like perfect movies, ultimate rewatchable movies. It's like Back to the Future
Fugitive,
and Raiders. I would put The Fugitive up there. Like anytime
Fugitive's
it's
a
on
good one.
TBS, you put the remote down. You're like, all right, that's what I'm doing the next.
It's a
drive.
good one. I've seen it a
I don't
million
know.
times too.
My favorite movie like that, though, you can always watch is Lawless.
Lawless? You like what?
Unbelievable. Lawless.
So like for me, it's Forrest Gump. I could watch Forrest Gump over and over and over.
It's just so
again.
long.
It is, but it's at any point.
Yeah.
You turn it on. It's at any point. You're like, hey, it's Lieutenant Dan. Okay, like what
You
stage?
do Rocky 4.
No, that's a terrible Rocky.
It's good Rocky.
No, 3's
it's-
the best.
See, some people
No.
say 2. Tarantino said 2's the best.
I see the 2 is. I like 3. I'm a big 3 guy.
Yeah,
I like Rock. I like Mr. T.
I like Creed 1.
I like
Creed
Mr.
1
T.
is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That is a
Creed 3 is
That
bad.
might be like the second best Rocky movie.
Yeah. No, Creed 1's unbelievable.
Yeah, I
Creed
like
2 is
Creed
pretty good, though, too.
Creed 2's pretty good.
Yeah,
Creed
where it
3
gets
I didn't
the-
like.
I like the Apollo connection in 3. I like that. I like the wife doesn't want you to do it. You got Mr. T that's looking to kill you.
You just
think
wanted to be running in slow mo in those short
That's like
shorts
the-
on the beach.
that's
in
like
the
the
training
worst
montage.
No, it's not. It's
Great.
The only one that's worse than that is like Rocky 5 and
Tommy?
Balboa and
With
stuff
Tommy?
like that.
With Tommy Gunn.
Tommy
Hey, you
Gunn.
knocked
I don't
him
like
down.
Tommy
You wanna
Gunn.
try
Don't you
knocking
try
me
knock
down?
me down too. Huh?
street
Go ahead
fight.
and sue. Hit me, touch me, and I'll sue.
The ultimate watch it whenever it's on movie. Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Yeah.
It's a good one too.
I mean, you can't like tell
There's
me.
a lot of good when it's on.
Yeah,
I'm
like
surprised you didn't say Top Gun. That's what I would think you would be.
No, I wasn't a big,
Just
hanging with the
peg you for a
boys.
Top
You know,
Gun.
hanging with the boys is the main.
Oh, Goonies.
God, I love Goonies.
Yeah.
You gotta love Goonies.
Goonies is great.
Yeah.
Up there, it's their time. Down here,
It's our time. It's our time down here. What a great movie.
So, what's the record prediction for the year?
Oh boy, this
Oh,
is a
this
tough one
changes.
with Ninko over here.
This changes.
It changes every week, and it can skew between 1 and 7 wins.
I think they're
So
like.
he's been as
7
He's been
wins.
as high as 12 wins so far, and as
I
as
think
low
they're
as 3.
I think they're 9. No, I think they're 8 and 9.
Last week, what was he the last time, DJ?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I think it was 9 wins the last time. But no. The last time he was 3 wins.
Do you know what they just came
time.
out? The Patriots have the hardest schedule in the NFL.
Well, it's comparative to what the teams were last year.
By a mile. So I'm going 7 and 10. 7 and 10.
See, in the middle of it, you can't get them pegged down.
7 and 10.
9 and 8.
9 and 8.
Yeah,
9 and 8. But they go 1 and 3 in September. Then by the end of the month, it's like, Belichick's lost it. Fire him. Bring in Mayo. They don't have Mac's not the quarterback. Then they feed on like Washington and I think they play the Saints. Then they get to that game against Buffalo, pull off a shocking win, go up to like 4 and 3. Then again, they have their ups and downs all the way. And like they're a hard out every week. It's a gritty team. You love the grind. The defense carries them. The offense gels, gets more opportunistic.
They'll go as far as their offensive line.
But I think the offensive line is going to be fine though, because you haven't seen it yet. You haven't seen it though.
Oh God, it was so bad in preseason.
But it was none of the guys were in there.
Yeah.
I mean, not one of them.
No. We haven't seen shit from this team. Like I haven't. Like we saw them.
This is the weirdest
preseason
ever.
Yeah, preseason at this point now. Like, why even do it? Why at this point now?
They shouldn't.
You have a 5th round receiver.
Go back to 4 games. Let him hit like you were talking about earlier, or just scuttle the preseason, do it college style, practice a bunch, and then just show up.
The defense has to be top 5. If they're going to do anything this year, the defense has to be elite. The offense has to take care of the football, and their offensive line can't suck. If they can do those 3 things, if their defense can play well, if they can take care of the football and their offensive line isn't as shitty as they were,
stop the team from scoring enough points, and then special teams is good, they're going to have a good season.
No, there's a lot of other factors that go into this. Yeah,
not really.
top 10 in passing or top 10 in running. No. They don't need to do any of that shit.
No, they have
to be good on defense.
They're going to be top 5 in defense.
Top 5, they're going to be good.
They were number 2 last year with. Like they were on the field more than
they're not playing,
anybody else.
They weren't playing Aaron Rodgers. They weren't playing a healthy Tua.
They played Aaron Rodgers last year.
Huh?
They played Aaron Rodgers.
I'm talking twice in the division.
Okay,
on a better roster.
On a way better roster.
But it's still the Jets. Though.
A way better
still
roster.
The Jets.
That's
the
Denver,
factor in there.
And Denver
Jets.
was Denver until they got Peyton and all their freaking horses. And all the teams that win have made moves to put themselves in that position. The Jets have made a lot of moves to put themselves in that position.
The Jets are the only ones that made any moves in the division, really. Because Miami's basically the same exact team as they were last year.
Yeah, but
Buffalo's the same. Buffalo's probably worse than they were
changed
last
their coordinator
year.
defensively.
Yeah. I actually think Buffalo may finish 3rd or 4th in the division.
I think it's going to go Jets, Buffalo, Patriots, Dolphins.
I think if the Dolphins are what they were before Tua got his melon squashed.
So you got the Tua camera on now?
Yeah, but he did all that off-season judo so he could learn how to fall.
Just don't hit your head.
The thing is, he's going to hit his head.
I know.
It's football. You hit your head.
And the way this all happened, right? Like if he hits his head at all, they have to take him out of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and his career's over.
Right to the tent.
Yeah.
Career's over.
And who's the backup now? They lost Bridgewater.
Mike White.
They lost Bridgewater, and now it's Mike White.
Jets backup last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
White.
So can't you guys see a parallel though? Like what Brady did, like in 2019, like it looks like he's nearing the end. Like Rodgers had a sad sack last season, finishes with a loss at home. Like Rodgers, I think he's done. Rodgers, and he goes to a loaded roster. Like the Jets have, just the same way like Tampa had Jameis Winston the year before. Threw a bunch of touchdowns, threw a shitload. It was eating dubs and throwing picks, and goes to this loaded roster in Tampa, and they win a Super Bowl. Like, can't you see the Jets and Rodgers kind of doing the same thing?
I just don't see the Jets doing it because their offensive line is so bad.
Not as
their offense. Well, but you can't compare what you see in the preseason. Because none of those guys have played. None of these guys have played. How many snaps did you see Strange play? How many snaps you see Brown play? How many snaps you see Andrews play? How many snaps you see?
It's been a while since I've seen Big Mike Strange.
You
know what I mean?
But you haven't seen it at all.
I haven't seen it.
It's just weird, though.
12
I
years.
think Ninko speaks for all of us married guys when he says that.
But this is literally the weirdest Patriots offseason when you're watching preseason games and all that because nobody has played.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
I mean, a 5th round pick who looks great in camp and all that.
You know what that tells me?
He had
that they don't know either, and they're just trying to figure it out before this.
They kept 11 offensive linemen. Like the audition process is still like you're supposed to know who the American Idol is or who the cast is before the opening night on Broadway. They're auditioning offensive linemen right up until 4:25 on Sunday. They keep 2 6th-round wide receivers because they can't draft one in the 1st or the 2nd round. These kids may be great at the same time. Who the hell knows? We hear Juju's knee may explode at any moment, like the top of the roof in Die Hard, or he may have an awesome season. Yeah. I don't know. Christian Gonzalez, he could be awesome. He could be overmatched. Like, just questions all over. I have no idea who this team is right
the
now.
Juju thing, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done Juju. I wouldn't have let who went to the Raiders?
Myers.
I wouldn't have let Jacoby go. I would have kept Jacoby because you're basically paying
it's the
Jacoby's
same money.
contract
to
Juju.
No, Juju got less money, I think, overall. Like, it's a shorter term, less guaranteed, I think.
I think that a lot of questions will be answered.
Game 1. Yeah.
Very
soon. So what if they then what happens though if they go out and they beat the Eagles? Then what's your outlook on the season?
Well, then I'll evaluate that situation.
I want to know what it would be right now. What will your outlook on the season be if they go out and beat the team that's saying
depends
they're going to come
on how
and get rolled by?
How are they going to beat them? What's the score?
They beat them by a touchdown.
A touchdown.
If they beat them by a touchdown. So where would the Ninkovich roller coaster of the season be? It'd be at the peak.
I don't live in that reality.
Yes, you do. You do it every week.
Daniel, sorry.
We'll
fix that in post, right? We can just say
and down.
No, leave it in there.
It's the Ninko roller coaster. The Ninko roller coaster. Are you high on the Broncos right now?
No. Why am I hurt so bad?
So with the roster, what do you think about them keeping one quarterback?
One quarterback.
I think it's stupid. You want a high life?
I'm square.
That's a course banquet.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Are you sure it wasn't a double IPA?
Oh. Well, I haven't eaten today, so.
Yeah.
This will be my lunch.
But I don't think the Patriots ever kept one quarterback on the roster after training camp.
When you saw the opening roster and you were like, one quarterback, 2 running backs, 11 offensive linemen, were you just like, oh, sure.
Yeah. No.
Oh, just like every other team in the league does.
I think it's just a message because at the bottom of the cap, what you're made of matters.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
What are the Patriots made of?
For Mac.
What are they made of?
Banquet beer. Never thought the same of that beer ever since
Original Coors.
Watching True Detective.
What a show.
What a show, right?
Which one did you like?
Season 1.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen City on a Hill?
Haven't.
Oh, City on a Hill is really good.
You got to check
So
that
good.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Really good.
That's an ultimate Boston.
Yeah, that's a really good Boston show.
That was a movie.
Kevin Bacon in that show.
Yeah. If that was a movie, you would put that up
It's
as one of the
high.
top Boston movies of a movie.
Yeah, I feel like the Boston TV shows have been better. Like the GOAT of Boston TV and movies is hands down Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the greatest of
Which
all
the
time.
bar, it's upsetting that it's not real.
No.
It'd be really cool if it was a real place.
When did you find that out?
Like 6 months
Recently?
ago.
He went there one, he
He
went there one
went
time.
there.
He was like, wait, where's Coach? Where's Sam? Where's Rebecca? Guys, where's the crew?
All right. What is it? Dad. Let's see what Dad's got to say. Let's see what Captain Insano's saying.
Oh boy, that can be the hit or miss. Another one you missed out for Boston movies, Mystic River. That was another good movie.
Ooh, that was a good one.
I don't like that one.
Really?
It's a good movie.
Is
but
that my daughter?
Is that my daughter?
Is that my daughter?
Oh God, I would kill someone.
Good Will Hunting,
very
obviously.
easily. I could kill someone.
Oh, maybe that's it. That's it. I can't
Good
believe we
Will
slept on
Hunting?
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
How you like
That
them
might-
apples?
That's a great
Huh?
movie, though.
How you like them apples? I got a number. How you like them apples?
They consider Ted a Boston movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's got Wahlberg, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is he
I
really
mean, it
from
also,
Boston?
like, it takes place in it's
I
Boston.
mean,
area.
he did leave the
Yeah.
The
Super
fighter.
Bowl.
He walked out. Fighter's a great.
The Fighter?
See?
Oh, Fighter.
See?
Yeah.
Just needed that
let me
sec-
rechange
just
my
needed
thing.
that second-
Fighter?
Fighter is the best one.
Fighter.
Fighter is my best Boston movie.
I might go. See, you know what? I'm not going to go. Now I got to take it back from town. It's out there, but like maybe I do got to go Good Will Hunting.
I don't.
It's
Fighter.
a great movie.
Fighter's unbelievable.
It's okay.
Christian Bale
It's
with
not
Dickie
your fault.
Eklund was like,
It's not your fault, Dan. It's not your fault.
Oh, it's not your fault.
I like them apples.
Yeah, that's a great movie. What did you think about? So,
Oh, you know what other movie I love? And anytime it's on, Rounders.
Yeah, but that's not Boston. Though.
I know.
It's
I'm
New
just
York.
saying, if that movie's on,
pay
I watch
that
it.
man his money.
He bits me straight up. Pay that man.
Did you see the thing that John
that man
Malkovich
his
like?
money.
He just improvised that the whole time.
He was so good.
Yeah,
That dude was
like he had no idea what he was doing, and he just
There's
kinda
just
did
a
that.
lot of great movies out there, but like those, the fighter, man,
It's a good movie.
what a good movie.
Christian Bale might be like the
Dude, he
like
is
Laurence
the
Olivier
best.
of our generation.
You know, and you know what movie I really love that he does? It's with him and Bradley Cooper, when he's got the comb over.
American Gangster.
Yeah.
American
No,
Gangster, and he's like, "Are you fucking with me?" And he does his hair, and he goes, "No, I'm fucking with you." And he's in the.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have done that.
I thought he was the best Batman.
Christian Bale was definitely the best.
Oh
Batman.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
It's like Heath Ledger was the best Joker.
with Malkovich.
Yep.
Great movie. Set back when Christian Bale was a kid. Have you remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a
1986 Spielberg movie.
Yes, great movie.
Yeah, hey, he's like a phenomenal actor. But now you got me spun back around. Yeah, I had to
Sorry, Psycho.
No, but I remember hearing an interview a couple of years ago when Brady left, and Matt Damon said he was basically turning in his Pats fandom, and he was following Brady to Tampa.
Yeah,
that was a gut punch. That was tough.
That's
like
tough.
we lost Jason Bourne.
Yeah, but you lost
tough.
him. You lost him well before that, though. Well before that.
Like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, like Mark Wahlberg
See this guy
leaving.
right here?
My stomach hurt. My
See this
stomach
guy
hurt.
right here.
Yeah,
He gets all the fumbles.
that's what
He watches.
That's what he said.
Mark
It-
Wahlberg basically watches Tevin Coleman go end around. You're in pursuit. He scores in the front corner of the end zone, 28-3, and he leaves.
Yeah.
He didn't
You know
feel
what?
well.
Get out.
Yeah, he didn't feel well.
Get out.
He didn't feel well. What a game
No,
to
he
leave.
blamed it on his kid.
What a game to
know.
leave. And then like we come back and win. Oh, what a great
That was
what a
awesome.
great game.
That was the greatest game I ever went to.
That was the greatest game to play in.
Yeah.
Even though I got scored on.
Yeah, you were
Which
taillights on Tevin Coleman.
I'm
there. It's
like, well, he's pretty fast. He's
Yeah, he
faster
was.
than
No, he
me.
was.
He's faster than me. So
Yeah.
I tried my best, guys. I
tried my
But
best.
I mean, like you called
I
it
lost.
after that. Like, what a game to also call it on too. Like, did you
See you later.
Did you basically like? Was it like diminishing returns physically, or was it like
I
it's
just
never
going
going to feel better than
I
this?
just didn't want to play anymore. I didn't even. That Super Bowl to me wasn't. I mean, honestly, it was fun, but I wasn't into that. I wasn't into it that year. I was like ready to go. After your 10th year, you just start to just get tired. I was just tired of playing, getting beat up, having surgery, having freaking holes in my leg, blood clots. Like I just shots, freaking Toradol, freaking IVs, Ninko juice, lifting, feeling like shit. I was just over it. And then every year you got like, well, you got to prove that you can still do it. It's like, nah, I'm good.
So since we're on the eve of, or near the eve of Tom Brady's probably, lifting his jersey, the banners, what's your greatest Tom Brady moment?
Greatest Tom Brady moment. There's a lot of them.
Is it when he gave you the goose down jacket?
Or the watch, the
the
tag
watch.
watch was a nice. That was a nice gift. It's just Tom's just a great person, and I know that sounds crazy. I complimented him
He
on
was
a watch.
pissed at you.
I just said,
Not that
"Hey,
long
that's
ago.
a nice." He's not pissed.
Yes,
He's
he
not
is. He
pissed.
still
I talk to him all the time.
No,
I
you
just
don't.
text him, "Hey, you fly Delta often?" Question mark. You have to. It's hilarious to me. But anyway, I just compliment. I said, "Tom, that's a great watch. You got a guy." He goes, "I got a guy." Kind of like, "You fucking idiot." And then the next day I had it in my locker. I said, "Damn, that's pretty sweet. I wish it was a real watch, not one of them smart watches, because now it's out of date."
Yeah, that was like the smartwatch, like the
a
first
start-
one.
like the
like a
first
Nokia
one.
cell phone.
Yeah, it's now. I don't even know.
But
where it's
what's your greatest year? What's your greatest on the field moment of Tom Brady?
at. Tom? You get all fired up. You know Tom. You're like, let's go. Like I remember we were playing Buffalo at home, and I think we went into the locker room. It was 21-0. We were losing, and we were booed by the fans. Boo. And I just remember thinking, like, you fucking asshole. We ended up beating them like 48-21.
I think that was New Year's Day, January 2012.
It was
you guys opened. That was
2012.
like 21-0,
Yeah,
21-3.
21-3.
Stevie Johnson was catching passes
Yes.
from Fitzmagic.
Yeah, and we were like literally going in, and it was just like, boo, like the whole stadium. And then Tom, we get out and like I think we were kicking off to them, first play of the second half, and Tom's standing by the kickoff unit, like screaming, like, let's fucking go, the way he does it. And I just remember looking at him like, I just want to say, just shut the fuck up, Tom. Unless you want to run down on kickoff, which you don't. Just score. Like, that's what I remember thinking in my head.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
just-
coach has this freaking sign says, do
Yeah.
our job. I'm doing mine. Hey,
Like,
Brady, how about you do
just
yours?
score points. We're gonna run down on kickoff and do our best. Like, our best one is
The our
hilarious.
best on three?
Oh, our best. He didn't hear this
No.
one. Well, anyway, we're in Miami.
Yeah.
I think it was like the last game of the season. one of the games I think we lost, actually, was the one that we didn't really run the football. Or we didn't throw a pass.
Duh, you're not talking about the end of the 2015 season.
Yes.
That game still gives me just night sweats.
So Tom was giving a speech at halftime. I've said this on the show before. And he said, our best for 30 minutes. And he goes, our best on 3. And everyone goes, our best? Like, we repeated it with a question. He said, our
One,
best
two,
on 3.
three.
He goes, 1, 2, 3. And we go, our best?
Game's over. Don't even.
And he goes, our best! Like crazy. And we're like, our best! What the hell? What is our best? Like, all right, let's go play, But that was hilarious.
That game made me so, pissing away the number 1 seed, running Steven Jackson up the gut 20 times in the first half. Just
it was terrible.
Everybody at home was just like,
what are we
Belichick,
doing?
what do you do? What are you trying to prove? We all know you can't run. Just throw the effing ball. You've got Gronk, Edelman, Dola.
Yeah.
You're good. That
costed us a home game against Denver in a blizzard. We would have killed them.
Oh, you would have murdered him. And then you would have gone to San Francisco and
we
mopped the floor with Cam.
Yeah.
Fuck, that game still drives me nuts.
Yeah, that one
sounds
hurt.
like another side pod, the 10 games that got away.
That one hurt. That one really hurt because we would have won that.
And the
We
other
would
thing
have
is
won our home game against freaking Denver. We went to Denver. It was 78 degrees, sunny, and we were dying. I was like,
oh, the AFC
so
Championship
hot.
where,
Yes, it was so
Ballmer's
hot.
Playing right tackle
yes.
on one
and
leg.
then Tom had that clean, cool, hit where he got just depleted.
Oh, by Von Miller.
Yes.
Yeah, that was awful.
Still this close. Nobody was there.
Still this
We
close.
were close, Steven.
Still this close.
So then now, two of the big things out there, because obviously Brady's back in town, so everybody's been talking about, is Belichick really on the hot seat right now?
Yeah, I think Tom is.
So is Belichick on the hot seat, Rob Ninkovich?
If this year they don't look good and competitive,
If they go with your prediction, they win 8 or 9 games, is Belichick going to be fired?
I don't know.
No. No.
You don't think so?
It's a business.
Blues below, if he 7.5 is the Vegas win total, right?
Yeah.
So if
they have a 7, they're 7.
7.5 is the over under.
What, 6 and 11?
Easy money.
Dude, if they're I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine them.
Easy
being
money
less.
on the over.
Easy money on the over.
Easy money on the over.
I might put 1,000 on the under.
Why?
Make up the money he's going to lose to Joe Zappy.
Zappy.
Not happening.
No, I can't live in. You can't.
It's a business.
I can't live in this world if they're a 4-win team. Oh my god,
They're not going to be a 4-1 team, but
No.
if they're a 4-win team, I think Bill would be gone.
yeah, I could maybe see that. But even that,
If they're a
is tough.
9-win team, he'll still
Here,
be here.
at
If
the end
they're
of
a
the-
6-win team,
At the end of the day, there's for
How
I
many just
don't
want to
know.
keep doing this? They're 500 since Brady left.
I
Yep.
know.
But do you want to see Belichick go break the wins record on another organization? Would Kraft want that?
I'm good. I don't care. At that point.
But will Kraft want that though? It's not a good
don't think
what's
Kraft
the business?
I mean, Kraft-
It's a big deal because
Kraft,
when he gets
Kraft
closer
is in the
to
money making business.
Yeah, but
he
when
is
it
in
gets-
the winning business. You win, so I make more money.
he's also
You know
in
how
the
much
ego
money he
business,
has
though,
not
too.
made?
When you have
Because
that
they
much
haven't
money,
won?
there's ego involved.
There's a lot. There's ego in
Ego.
everything.
And the ego would want you to not let that get away for somebody to say, well, look, they let the greatest coach of all time go, and he goes to insert team, whatever it is, and he goes and wins 10, 12 games in a season. What happens then to Kraft?
with somebody else's roster that he didn't build that's really good because he didn't
But
mess around with
people
draft
but
picks.
the thing is the media doesn't put it that way, right? Because then it's just the story. So everybody would be
The genius of Bill Belichick
Yeah.
showing itself once again.
Yeah,
He takes
that's
over
what
the
it'd be.
Chargers, takes Herbert to 13 and 4.
That's what I mean, like something like that. Because you wouldn't hear it about. You'd have some people like in New England say, "Well, he didn't build a team," but nationally, nobody would be saying that. They'd be like, "Look at Kraft, he let go of the greatest coach of all time
Right.
for having a couple bad seasons."
I feel like there's an age group of children that are 4 years old right now that don't really know anything about New England winning. Like there's
Never seen it.
Like
Okay, that's like
just haven't
every
seen
single sports organization there is out there.
no, I don't know. know if you're Kansas City the last couple of years.
Well, when you
it's like
when you
the
put
Patriots.
it out, we've talked about this all the time. If you're like 23 years old, you've seen
We talked about
like
our last
parades
episode,
every year.
We had 2 young adults in here that said that their whole lives were based on championships.
Tommy G and Prosciutto Papi, right?
Yeah.
All
Yes.
their entire life, all they've known,
Yes.
they have just been spoiled and just bathed in
Every
the riches of
single-
victory, relevance.
But
They're in
not just the Patriots.
No, the whole-
Celtics,
everywhere.
Bruins, Red Sox.
4 effing World Series with the Red Sox. That's why this isn't Title Town, it's Entitled Town. Because people just wake up and think, or just expect, like, oh, we're going to be so great today. Like, this is Boston. Like, it takes a lot of work. It takes not just a great coach,
Like-
it takes a great coach working with a great quarterback. It
And
takes more.
so right now of the big 4, you got Celtics, like they're still good, right? They're going to be very competitive.
Yep.
The Bruins were right there.
They were right there.
They were right there.
You put all the money on them.
Florida.
1 minute
kidding
away.
me?
1 minute away.
Oh, does that make me angry? Freaking pants! I had to wear a freaking t-shirt.
Well, here's the thing.
Is it Sean Thornton?
It's been tough for Boston
me?
sports, but I actually think that most of the Boston teams are on
Red
the
Sox,
cusp.
you're a baseball fan.
They're on the
Who
cusp.
loves-
They're on the cusp.
I love going to the baseball games.
They got a lot. You're seeing it now where a lot of these young kids are coming up right now for this time of year, and they have some major talent coming up into the organization. What if they can add some pitching, which they have the money to do, and if they do it, they're going to be a tough team to beat.
I just want to see them win football games. That's all I care
so
about.
do I.
That's it. Just entertain me. Just
I want to see. I love football season. Obviously, I played football. I just want to feel that feeling here.
Is that why you went to Denver?
They paid me.
pay that man his money.
That's money. Straight up.
So, but again, though, I just want. So when we do the show next week, if the Patriots come out and win this game this week, then you're going to be Ninko roller coaster will be double-digit wins. Then
I just don't see it happening.
okay, well, I'm just
I
saying.
don't know. I don't know. I don't live in that world. I live in reality. In reality, to me right now,
The reality is every team's 0-0 right now.
in reality,
On
you're
equal playing
correct.
field.
And in reality, the Eagles look like they're in a better place to win on Sunday.
So the Patriots won
That's
9.
reality.
The Patriots won 9 games last year, right? Was it 9?
8 and 9.
8 and 9. Yeah, 8 games last year.
They blew 3 out of the last 4. Like
yeah.
hey, talking about Chandler.
But the thing is, though, is that last game against Buffalo, if they don't let up 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown, they win that game.
Are we living in if is a fifth
I'm
world?
just
Are we living
comparing
in
it
that
out.
world if it was a
Did
fifth?
their roster get better or worse from last year?
Their roster? That's a really good question.
It got better.
Did it?
So who did you lose? Who were the main people you lose? You lose Jacoby Myers.
Yes, a guy who you take Myers over Juju.
I mean, it's
Culture.
It's like I think it's the same thing.
It's
One or the
the
other.
same thing.
I mean, I think it is.
Take-
I think that Juju
You lose
has a higher
Damian-
upside,
You lose Damian Harris, you replace him with Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
You swap out young kicker for the veteran kicker.
which is better because he can actually kick a field goal past 35 yards.
And also now you get the big punter. Don't forget,
yeah, much
I
bigger.
mean-
Yeah, that's the thing is Jake Bailey was hitting
Bailey
30
was a
yard
big
punts.
punter, man.
Not last year.
No, but he was good.
do other guests come on this podcast and feel like a child of divorce? like sometimes I agree with Papa Nico, sometimes I agree with Mama O'Brien. Like I'm not sure. Like I'm with you, Dad. No, Mom's
don't
got a
know.
good point. Like
I don't know.
I'm
Make a decision and live with it.
like no, but like
Who are you going to
this
live
is
with
not
right now?
sexy. This isn't sexy. But
It's
like
not
last year,
sexy, but
you,
give
like,
it to me.
The punter sucked after Bailey has his squatting accident and like gets thrown on IR and
They shouldn't have
argues with
swatted him.
Belichick.
He's a punter who
For
squats.
Christ's sakes, they're making him punt.
But he couldn't kick a ball off. They couldn't kick a ball
You
past the 10 freaking yard
because
line.
Nick Folk took over kickoff
Yeah.
duties, and so that you lose yardage on kickoffs, you lose
Well,
yardage
now
on
they fair
punts.
catch.
But
Exactly.
but the thing is, though, Nick Folk
The little
couldn't
things
force them to
mattered
fair
last
catch.
season.
He couldn't pick it past the 10 yard line.
Well, they also coaching they improved.
Coaching, they improved tremendously. Can
Greatest
you
addition
agree
may
to
be
that?
subtraction by getting rid of Patricia and Judge and the reverse
No,
engineers
but
of offense.
Judge is still
And
here though,
But he's actually
But he's
where
where
he's
he
supposed to
belongs,
be,
right?
though. He's on special teams now.
and you still have the coordinator still there.
But it's really Judge though. That's the coordinator. I mean, there's no.
I feel
way
like
he's
it's
not.
this. I feel like it's a very
And they
similar
invested in special
talent-wise
teams.
team. than
Their
we
special
had.
teams is
I feel like the team
is
to me,
so much better. Than
I don't.
last
I don't
10
look
times,
at this
10 times better
because Chris Board.
Chris Board,
Yeah.
I feel like
punters
the
kicked
Barringer
team
can
last year,
absolutely blast it.
last year had a really good defense.
a terrible special teams.
Opportunistic. They played like Sam Ellinger and all these backups. Like you would have feasted on them.
Yeah. So now they're going to be really tested.
Well, Rob doesn't like Judon at all.
No, I think he walks a lot. That bothers me. I don't like people that walk onto the field.
You want hustle.
I want get onto the because people see that your teammates see you, and if you're the highest paid guy and you're the guy that's making plays and you walk everywhere, that's infectious. It's just like, well, I'll just mosey on out to the field. I'll just mosey on out to the huddle. I'll just mosey on off the field. Like, get on and off the field. Get to where you need to be with an attitude. And that, like, I want to go out here and I want to kick someone's ass. Like, that's what I want defenders to be. I don't want, like, I don't want that. I want get to where you need to be, get ready to go, and go kick ass.
You want everyone running on the field like Dabo Swinney?
Bang.
Just charge.
Full on sprint.
Not like Dabo. He was running faster than the team because it's all about him. I want guys that when you go on the field, when you're ready to go play.
But he turns it on at the snap, though.
Depends on who you're playing.
See, and if this attitude has permeated the locker room and it's infectious, then now you go from like, you know, like our best on 3, 1, 2, 3, our best, to like now everyone's like, fine, whatever.
I'll just play, and hopefully I get paid.
But here, if you
hopefully I get my contract.
If you compare the two teams, you compare the 2020.
Hopefully I get paid.
Yeah.
The 2022
I
Patriots.
get 10. If I get 15 sacks, I'm going to make what Bosa's making.
Yeah, 100%. If you got
so like maybe on first down, I just run up the field and hopefully I get a sack. But they might have slashed you for 150 yards on the ground. But we lost. But I don't give a shit. I got 12 sacks.
But look at that group though, that defensive end group. Is it better or worse than last year?
It's the same guys.
It's better. You've added Keon White.
Barmore's healthy.
Okay.
Dietrich's doing a great job coming on. Like
you have to be able
year 6 and 7.
Uche is now in a contract year.
He's a third down situation.
So he's just going to rush.
Like, I know, but in your contract year, you're going to really push it on.
Trying to rush.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the line
they
is
need
better.
to stop the run because last year they were sliced up.
Yeah.
Didn't love in the Green Bay game when they had the first defense in, and all of a sudden Aaron Jones was just going off tackle 7 yards. Like, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
they have to stop the run. You have to stop the run in this league.
Yeah.
Or else you're going to get killed.
The the cornerbacks are better because you're returning all the same ones, and now you're adding Christian Gonzalez to the mix.
I agree with that.
And the safeties are safeties.
Duggar's good. Very good.
Peppers is a year healthier.
Yeah.
Like
Peppers looks really good.
Peppers just thrives off violence. I love that.
They're
guy.
good.
Yeah. You know,
defense is going to be good.
Okay, and then we've already talked about special teams is night and day difference from last year. Night and day.
Special teams to me doesn't matter.
But it does because
you think this team can win 9 games.
It does because in that Buffalo game,
it all comes down to the offensive line.
In the Buffalo game, if you could
Jones.
just kick the ball to the end zone,
because Harris is going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think they're going to be fine with. You got a good running back. Who's the number one threat on offense to catch a football?
The sidelines.
Like what? Like when you your game planning, you're like,
who was it last year? Who was it last year?
Game?
Who was it last year?
It's similar.
It's not. It's actually better. You have some better receivers, I think, than last year because you the only minus you have out there is Jacoby Myers, and you kind of even it off with Juju in there. You picked up in your tight end group because you removed Jonnu Smith, who was just completely useless, and you're adding Gesicki in there.
Gesicki's injured too. Gesicki's coming off of what, an MCL?
Gesicki could have more catches in the first 3 games.
Dislocated shoulder. Yeah. So
but
Gesicki was a terrible pass blocker anyway.
But you're talking about
not
who's
a big
going
time
to catch
receiver.
the ball. You're talking about who's going to catch the ball.
Yeah,
he's a big time receiver.
He's not a big time receiver.
That's what he is.
He's an average
a big
receiver.
slot.
He's an average slot.
No,
you can put a safety on him and cover him. You can put a safety on him and cover him.
He's a red zone threat.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. What did you have last year for red zone threats?
2 overpaid tight ends.
Okay. So you got better than that.
I mean, you got better just by getting out from underneath like the freaking.
They got better by bringing in Billy O.
Yes. Well, that's where the quarterback is. You have the same quarterback, but the quarterback is much better this year with an actual offensive coordinator.
It's just to me the weaponry feels similar to last year.
But
no matter how you cut it.
The thing is, though, you have an X factor this year, which you didn't have last year, which is
Billy O.
No, Demario Douglas. Because
maybe
if he comes out,
healthy.
Thornton's already out the first 4 games.
He's out.
He can stay healthy.
Yeah, he's on IR.
He's on IR already. Yeah, he's already on the shelf. He's made of chandelier glass.
Yeah. I mean,
That's why I was saying, like, Pickens.
Well, take that off the list.
Yep.
but he was on IR last
Yeah, I know.
year too. So I mean, it's not like it's a difference.
Well, last year's the same thing.
But from what everybody's watching in camp with Douglas, if he becomes
but
even
camp, people are watching camp.
I understand that,
Camp
but
is
that's why I'm
shit.
saying it's the X factor. He could put them over the edge. He could be that one guy on offense that it's hard to game plan against. He could be. I'm not saying he is. Nobody knows it because we haven't seen him freaking play. But
Look
he could
at all
be.
the
And
teams.
maybe there's a reason why they didn't.
That's what I
subject
mean.
him to-
Yeah.
Now he's tiny. Like there's
Yeah.
a reason why he falls to the 6th round, even though he's quick as shit. He can get open, in a freaking Italian sports car.
He's like the same size as Tyreek Hill, right?
Tiny. Yeah, he's tiny.
Yeah.
And don't expect too. Yeah, but they haven't had that since like Edelman in 2018
Yeah.
or 19. There's
Yeah,
been
it's-
no one who can just get open over the field. I hope Deion Branch or somebody or Troy Brown has been in his ear like, catch the ball, get down.
Yeah.
Catch the ball,
Get out of the
of
sidelines.
bounds.
Yeah.
Don't like try to
Juke somebody out.
Yeah,
and
juke
everything.
somebody. Just catch the ball, get down.
It comes like at the end of the day, it comes down to can they win when things aren't going the way that like the game plan is supposed to
Yeah.
go. Okay, let's have the defense play well. Let's run the ball, set up 3rd and 7,
I don't
3rd
know if
and
they're going to run the
shorts.
ball as much as people think. I think they're going to go very, 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 very heavy RPO.
And it better be get the
But-
ball
no.
out, get the ball out, get the ball
Yeah.
out.
Here's the thing with RPO. RPO really hurts you when you have a quarterback that a defense has to worry about. The run pass option, like I'm going to run it or I'm going to throw it, it doesn't really now when you have the dynamic of like I'm going to pull it and then I'm going to move and then I'm going to throw it, makes it way harder. When it's either just stop the run or defend the pass with a quarterback that can't really move, makes it very simple. That's why
it does, but if Mac
Buffalo
can
Bills
read
can
the
do it because you
defense-
have Josh Allen who does this, gives it to a running back who you have to set the edge, keeps it, could potentially run himself, or stops and throws it down the field.
Yeah.
So it's a third dynamic to it. When Mac has the ball, there's
But
all right, it's pass. Like
if you look at Mac's numbers on play action passes, because
Well, play action's different than RPO.
it's a similar concept though.
no, way different. It's to try and get
not
trying
when you're
to get
saying
a
in what Mac
defense in
Jones
the-
is going to be though.
Mac Jones needs to be under center, needs to run the ball, and then they need to mix in the boots and the play action passes.
Yeah, but
Like
you also have another guy though
Reach.
that people are forgetting about because he was here last year, but he's another X factor is Kendrick Bourne because he didn't play last year.
Because he was in Patricia's doghouse the whole
Yeah.
season for no reason whatsoever. No good reason.
Had a really good year, his first year with McDaniels, and then just didn't play. And then when he started playing at the end of the year, you could start seeing it again of what he was. And Mac likes to throw to him.
Bounce back season for Kendrick Bourne. Big time.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I just think it's going to come down to the O line, and it's
Yeah.
going to come down to the defense. Defense has to play well, keep them in the game.
But
Offense,
you're less worried about the defense, though. It comes down to the offensive line. If the offensive line
is the biggest issue. But I think
you'll see it against the Eagles. They have their best. They have their hardest test of the entire season. The first game on the offensive line.
yes,
Yeah.
and
The
we'll
Eagles
find
game-
out.
The
And if they-
Eagles
if
had
they
the
can-
most sacks in the NFL last year by 15, and they lose Hargrave, but they bring
Picked
in this
up
Jalen Carter
yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, they must have planted that story, that whole thing.
Yeah,
to get him. I mean, he was the number one
they've
pick.
drafted so well, and Brown is in
That
the
was-
system.
that was an
Devonta
easy-
Smith is getting better.
That was an
Jalen
easy
Hurts-
draft, though.
Oh, the easiest pick, like the best
Yeah.
player
Who you
in the
pick?
draft.
Yeah.
Falls to you at 9. What do? Say no?
No, I don't want him.
Someone asks
Yeah,
you
I'm
if
outta
you're a
here.
god, you say yes. And if Jalen Carter falls to you at 9,
Should we trade this pick?
yeah.
Let's trade it for 2
And
picks.
Jalen Hurts is my pick for MVP.
I think Jalen Hurts is going to be very good.
Yeah. But if the Patriots
you're
offensive
picking the
line can
Eagles.
hold up, if they can hold up against that pass defense,
You're picking the
then you're
Pats
going to have a
week
good
one?
year.
Yeah. I got Pats 9 and 8.
Okay.
Sunday field goal game, one way or the other. I got probably the Eagles, but it's kind of one of those like moral victory Monday.
What's the points on that?
It's down,
four and a
it
half?
opened at 5.5. It's down to 3.5.
Oh, I thought it was 4.5.
3.5?
Yeah,
Well, the money's been flowing on the Patriots.
yeah.
Flowing.
As they like to say, the sharps are in on the Pats.
I'm taking the Eagles.
I want to see what it's at right now.
Is it back to 3.5?
That's what I'm pulling up.
Chiefs game went down as soon as Kelsey got hurt. That
Yeah.
that knocked 2 points
That's
off
going to
their
be a
game.
good one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be close.
I think it's gonna be a fun watch tonight.
I'm
You
taking
on the Lions?
Yeah, I'm on the Lions.
Yeah, it's the same. We got to do the picks, right?
Yeah, we got to do picks, man.
All right.
Start of
You
a
good?
new year. Let's go.
You're down You're 0-2 on the season so far.
I don't know.
No, I'm saying on seasons so far. You've lost both seasons we've done this.
Have I?
Yeah, you have.
I don't live in the past.
I know. All right, so game 1, Lions, Chiefs.
Lions.
I'm going to go Lions, too. Then you're going to have Texans, Ravens.
Ravens.
Bengals, Browns.
Cincy.
I'm going to go Browns. Browns at home. Dog pound.
They suck.
Deshaun Watson has a full year.
Can't get a massage.
Maybe they will. Buccaneers at Vikings.
Vikings.
Surprised that spread's only 5.5. I thought it'd be like double digits.
That team's a mess.
Baker.
First quarterback bench this year, Mayfield.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Well, but then he'll be right back in after they bench the Trask right after that. Titans at Saints.
Saints.
Panthers at Falcons.
Falcons.
I'm going to go Falcons. I think the Falcons are going to win the division.
Same.
Jaguars at Colts. That's a fucking easy one. Are you going to go Colts?
Jags.
I should have, instead of said anything, you would have said Colts.
I was thinking
Jaguars. 49ers at Steelers.
49ers.
Oh, man.
Where are you going?
Tough one.
It's a tough one because I think the 49ers might be broken now. I think this is Kyle Shanahan's last year there. I'll go 49ers. I mean, it's a debacle what they did with Trey Lance.
Pittsburgh. Go ahead.
I got them winning the Super Bowl. So if that's your
Niners?
idea,
They're going to be really good.
That roster is loaded.
They're going to be really good.
After what they had to go through, I don't know.
No, they're fine.
Cardinals at Commanders.
Cardinals are a mess. Commanders.
Raiders at Broncos. Oh boy. Ooh. You're Denver Broncos.
I'm going Raiders. Jimmy G, baby.
I'm gonna go Broncos.
Okay.
Feels good.
Let's
Feels
ride,
great, baby.
Just
Dolphins at Chargers. It's a good game.
Chargers.
I'll also go Chargers. Packers at Bears.
Bears.
No love for the pack? Wow.
Bears are. I think
the Bears are good. I think the Packers will be okay, but I think the Bears are good. Rams at Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Rams might win 2 games.
Yeah.
Cowboys at Giants.
Giants.
I'm going to go Cowboys.
Nice.
And then Bills at Jets. Ooh, boy. What a Monday night game. Bills at Jets.
Dun 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 dun. Jets.
And it's in New York.
It's
September 11th.
You're going Bills? Go Bills. Go Bills.
I'm going to go Bills. I'll go Bills.
Go Bills.
Wow.
Good. That's a
Wow.
Even though I think Bills might finish last in the division. I'm
There
gonna
you
take
go.
the Bills
Pick
there.
the Bills.
Wow.
Perfect. Got it.
Well, the thing is with the Jets, if Aaron Rodgers can't hold up, what are they? Worst team in the division.
And if he does,
10-11 wins.
Good.
10-11 wins.
Yeah, they're pretty. 10-11, maybe 15. Maybe 15.
they might be good. I mean, Sauce, Quinnen,
Maybe 13 wins.
Garrett Wilson. Do you remember what
They're
Devontae?
defensive freaks.
Yeah.
Remember how
They're
Devontae
freaks.
used to feed in prime Devontae and Rodgers? Like Garrett Wilson might have 150 receptions this year.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Their offensive line is so
look
bad.
like Rodgers a little bit.
They're so bad.
How was
their
that
offensive
dark-
line.
Look like the
retreat.
brother he doesn't talk to, which would be all of them.
You get some Aaron Rodgers stories.
Yeah, he doesn't like me.
It's okay. If there was any one
It's all
person I'd be comfortable with not liking me, is Rodgers.
Yeah, no.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
don't
He
care.
won't invite you to his ayahuasca bloodletting enema sessions.
To the enemas. To the
So-
dark rooms.
So you think if you went there, do you think Brady would accept you in like to the posse, like on his retirement thing here? Like, would you be in the tunnel when he runs out?
Yeah.
Because you know he's going to run out before the game.
Is he?
They're like they're hinting towards it.
He's not running out.
He's going to do something before the game. And they said he's going to run out of tunnel and do his let's go.
What if he's on like the? He's gonna be on the freaking lighthouse up there, like waving a flag, like
No, I think he's running out.
TV12 flag.
He'll be doing something ceremonial.
Edelman ran out. He did his run out.
Yeah, but like
Tom's
that's Brady.
Tom doesn't run anymore. He just
doesn't want.
walks.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
Of course he runs.
No, he
ran in
he's
Tampa.
Prestigious.
But that's gonna be like making Mac watch like
And
porn
stealing
with
his-
What if he
Yeah,
what if he
other
ran
players.
out with Max ceremoniously
Holding hands.
Yeah.
What if he knighted him? What if he knighted him on the sideline? I knight you with like a Patriot sword. I knight you.
Thomas Edward
I
Patrick
knight
Brady
you.
II, pass the torch of Patriot goatness to you, Mac Jones.
What happened? What if he actually
here's
did
a
it? What happened
football
to Boston
deflated-
media? They'd be like, "What the hell is going
Here's
on?
a football with perfectly
can't
2
show
pounds
up.
less than what we need to have
We
inflation.
go now to Mike Reese. Well, guys, I heard 30 minutes before kickoff, Mac Jones is vomiting in the locker room and can't come out. Here comes Brady in the outfit. Just like, oh, what happened to Mac? He poisons him, pulls a Kerrigan, just galoolies him right in the
Nancy
knee.
him.
Why?
Here's the thing, though: is Tom's a pretty sentimental guy, isn't he?
He cries.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what, I mean, does he build up enough to maybe make another run at coming back and
No,
playing?
he ain't coming back.
Let a man dream, Ninko.
Guy's old as dirt. Like, he's
Like he sees the defense, and he's opportunistic too, right? See the defense, really good defense, have some decent weapons
he wants
in there.
to go play
I know the
against
coaching
those
staff.
young bucks that are ripping off the edge on a shitty offensive line. Just get freaking.
He likes
Let's have Calvin Anderson get devoured by Hassan Reddick and just get a face full of turf.
he likes the spotlight, though. I mean, it would be no bigger spotlight than a return into England, right?
Let's go.
Would you go back?
No, I'm old. I don't want that shit. And Tom's older than me. He's 45.
Oh, he played like 10 years longer than you.
Yeah, I know. He's tapped too. Tom's tapped.
So who do you think? Who's not going to be there of the big Patriots
Jules.
players? Jules won't be there.
No.
Gronk won't be there
No.
because they have their other
Whatever
things.
they're doing, yeah.
Ninkovich ain't going to be there.
Ninkovich ain't there.
He just said, "Fuck you, Brady. I'm not going. I don't care.
They
I'm
wanna
going to take
match-
the money
they
from
wanna match my
DraftKings."
DraftKings money.
Yeah,
Thanks, DraftKings.
yeah.
I'll go say hello and sign babies' foreheads.
So,
Yeah.
so who's going to be there then? I mean, obviously the linemen will
Matt
be
Light
there.
will be there.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
running the whole.
Yeah, he's doing the
Ty
sponsorship
Law will
thing,
be there.
The Life
Tickets,
Foundation.
yeah.
Yeah, Ty Law will be there.
Yep.
Like Asante
Fourier,
Samuels will be
Damian
there.
Woody. I mean,
Jonas Gray will be there.
He's always there.
He's
He's always there.
he's always there.
$500 to walk around to the suite holders.
Exactly.
Sign some autographs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be a
Patrick
bunch
Pass.
of those guys. Oh, he lives there.
Tully Bentacane,
TBC's there.
Yeah.
I know Marcus Cannon will be there. James
Cannon.
Devlin will be there.
Devlin.
I think Butler's going to be there.
Devo, I think, will be there.
Yeah. Oh, they're all going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we may have a couple of really good guests up in the Putnam Club for the pregame talk show too.
Perfect.
So, which will be fun. I mean, the energy is just going to be so high.
It's going to be through the roof until
Everly-
the
the
balls
tailgate will be the most lit
until
it's
the
been
balls
in
kicked
years.
off and guys are just
You
21-0.
sound like Ted Johnson, the ultimate.
third touchdown of the first half.
I am trying to figure out who's the ultimate Patriot hater more. Is it Rob Ninkovich,
I'm
Ted
not a
Johnson,
hater.
Ted
No,
Johnson,
I'm not
or
a hater.
Asante Samuel?
I'm a realist.
That's where I'm at now.
I'm a realist on reality. You live in La La Land of like, well, they could possibly defeat the Eagles. Like, do you really think they're going to beat the Eagles?
Yes.
They're not.
Oh, we got to pick that game. We didn't pick that
Yeah.
game.
Oh yeah.
Eagles.
All right, Patriots, Eagles, Patriots.
There you go.
All right, there you go.
They won't make him pick.
Spread or win.
Zappy. I'm
Win.
just going money line.
Just win.
Eagles.
Eagles.
It's okay. Moral victory, actual defeat. And that's coming from the biggest fan in town. Like I'm trapped. Like
Just be real.
the thing
I am.
is, Dan, like for 20 years we didn't have to like, oh, Fitzy, you're so negative. Could you have a pick against the Patriots now? It's because for 20 years we didn't have to live in reality. We didn't have to like Brady, Belichick, all the great players, the Brewskis, the Vrabels, the Ninkos, the Branches, the Welkers, the Gronks.
They had a good
you
run.
Just roll right out of bed and it's AFC Championship, wash, rinse, repeat for 20 years in a row. Then it came to an end. Now you see how difficult it is to put together a great team. Now you see how tough it is to find a good quarterback. Now you see how incredible what happened for two friggin' decades in Foxborough was.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, is that's where most fans and media take it. Like, it's like automatically trash Mac Jones because he's not Tom Brady.
I'm not
But,
trashing Mac Jones because he's not Tom Brady.
But what's the alternative? Like, what's the other option to go do? Because you can be
Go
the
get
49ers and trade 3 first-round picks, move up, and
Well,
get...
you had Stidham and they started Cam Newton for an entire season.
Yeah,
Stidham
that was
Stidham's actually
that was
really good.
He can sling
Stidham's
it.
a good football player.
Yeah.
He had a great camp with the Broncos.
Well,
And he might be the
he's
starter
gonna be the
for
starter in,
Broncos.
like,
I
week
may or
3.
may not have heard as well through a couple of grapevines that if Dangerous, a.k.a. Mr. Corner Office, Mr. Baby Kisser, sucks out loud for a month,
He's gone.
we may be getting litty with Stiddy by October.
100%.
No, I think so, too.
100%?
Well, because
100%.
Peyton has no
They love
tie.
him.
He's so.
Peyton
they
has
love
no
him.
ties to Russell
I'm telling you,
Wilson.
they love him. And in the
Peyton loves him,
preseason,
right?
Yeah.
yes, when they were playing the Raiders in the preseason, he like was getting hit. He had no offensive line, standing in there dropping dimes.
Yeah.
Like
Him, I can't believe they traded Albert O because Stidham to Albert O was just like,
Yeah.
like
Well, the issue that happened with Stidham was the year with the Cam Newton thing. Stidham, I think he had a fracture in his back, didn't he?
It's probably better for Stidham.
It was a
that he
hip
didn't
thing,
play.
and then he got basically like emotionally cuckolded by Cam Newton. Just Cam comes in with the aura,
with his
and the
box
hair.
on his head, and like the
then
bird
Stidham was
feeder.
just like, oh, he got
bird feeder on his hat, all that weird.
But
shit.
the best thing that could have happened was get
What's
sent out of
in the
town.
box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Wrath.
Yeah, but that's no.
I am become Wrath.
Stidham would have been good to keep, but like going forward now, like what are your options in the organization?
Your options right now are limited, but I do know
That's what I
my
mean.
option right now is we're gonna have to wrap soon because I have to urinate because I had 2 beers.
Yeah.
But our options right now are do the best, try and make chicken salad out of chicken shit. That's what your options are right now.
I think like 2020 was definitely chicken shit.
Yeah, like every year, I like to think of like every football season, especially with Bill Belichick, is like an episode of that TV show Chopped.
The problem
you
is
you get a box of weird ingredients and you got to like try to make a winning season out of it.
Yeah.
They made a like the issue that I have sometimes is like there was this whole thing on like there's no excuse, like you deal with the hand you're dealt, and then like what happened when they had Cam? Well, we were up against the cap and we had to deal with the cap and we couldn't spend and blah 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 blah. They still haven't spent a lot of money. If you look at like cash spent versus what other teams go out and spend, they haven't had great
They
drafts.
spent like $220 million.
No, I'm talking about comparable spending.
They're
cash
still paying
spent.
for all the bad drafts.
The
from like
bad
2015
drafts.
to
That's
2020.
that's the
They've
thing.
had bad drafts.
Yeah.
So like
They've had really good drafts lately, but
the good teams,
20
the good
2015,
teams
2020.
have good drafts. The good teams, they draft well.
Yeah.
They have good talent offensively, good talent defensively. You grow your program through the draft. The Patriots haven't done that well.
I know.
So like then they tried to make up for it by signing guys that aren't from the Patriots. So the Patriot way of going to get Jonnu Smith and going to pay Hunter Henry is not worth what you paid him.
He's fine.
He's not worth what you paid him.
No.
Like he's a good athlete, he's a good tight end, but he's not worth the price tag of if you drafted a tight end of his similar.
You're comparing it though to like your time playing, where a tight end made a lot less than what they do.
No,
now.
I'm comparing it to production. Like his production, he's a catch and he's not a catch and run guy.
If he was a free agent right now, he'd get more money than he currently has on his contract.
No, I don't think so.
100% he would. It's
But
because the
who?
money's gone up. Money just keeps going
money,
up and up.
okay,
and up.
money goes up, but it's like your team has to spend it on talent. Like I could go buy an expensive, like inflation. Like I could go and buy an expensive car, then pay $20,000 over MSRP. Like okay, great, you own my car. And in 2 years, another car the same way is going to be more expensive. We understand that. That's
Just
the way
a
it
matter
goes.
of how bad
but it's
somebody
like
wants.
what are you getting out of that purchase? Like I don't think the Patriots have gotten any production out of those 2 tight end signings that were expensive. The biggest
Like, not
signing,
production
the
on
best
Hunter
signing
Henry.
that they've done is Judon.
Yeah,
That's it.
They stole Judon.
I wouldn't say stole. I would say the market dictated what they paid him.
Well, what's the market right now for a defensive end right now? We just talked about it earlier.
Well,
with
he's
Joey
not
Bosa.
25 years old. He's
still going to get. He'd still get
32 years old.
substantially more than he gets
TJ
now.
Watt, who's the other guy opposite TJ Watt? He just got $20 million a season as well. That's why he did the sit-in and wanted more money as well.
Yeah.
Like the market is way up.
Yeah.
Judon is almost gonna. If he has a season commensurate to what he did last year, he's gonna look like a value.
He's going to get $20 million a year.
Yeah, he will.
Not at 33 years old.
Yeah, 100% he will.
No, he won't. He won't. Not at
Didn't he just turn
33.
30?
Yeah, he just
No.
turned 30, I think.
Judon's not 30.
But like
He's 32.
maybe at the end of the season too, we'll be talking about
Matt Judon age.
We'll be talking about Kendrick Bourne maybe being.
He's
like
31. He'll be 32 next year.
Okay.
So he's 31 this season.
He's 31 already. No, he already turned 31.
August. He'll be 32 in August. So he plays
Next
He
August.
plays at 32,
Yeah.
and he's still under contract.
But he'll get like $20 million a year. He won't get like a 5 or 6 year deal. He'll get like a 3-year, $60 million deal.
Not with the Patriots.
Not with the Patriots, no, because I think
But that's the problem.
they're setting it up.
That's
to
the
not have
problem.
him.
Why would they not do that? Like if you're productive and you make a lot of plays, that's the problem. The Patriots don't pay the people that they should pay. Tom Brady left because they weren't going to pay him. Tom Brady left. He went to another place that gave him double what the Patriots offered, and he won them a Super Bowl. Go figure. That's why people leave, because they feel like, well, this team isn't valuing me. Judon had to sit in because he felt that he wasn't valued for what he brought to the defense. They gave him more money, but they didn't really
give him
change
more
his
money.
none. They just changed what he
They
was
just
going
gave
to
him more
make.
guaranteed.
Exactly. So like,
Did they even give
if
him?
you're Judon,
They gave him.
Yeah, they gussied up. Like
they
brought a little money
just
from the back
gave
end.
the money
Yeah.
that he was going to make from playing and put it into
Yeah,
his.
they
Like,
didn't really give him any more
they
money.
didn't give him more money.
No, it's not like they tore the contract up.
No.
No.
Here's a brand new.
So like that's the problem the Patriots have is like you
But
have
they
ownership.
have though before because like
Who?
Stephon Gilmore was the highest paid cornerback.
And they
when
won a
first signed
Super
him.
Bowl. with
I
him,
understand
right?
that, but they
and
do
then
go,
guess what? He wanted more money. And what do?
yes, but they will
traded
go
him.
out and spend money though. Like
And
they
now
will
he's
go
gonna
out
be really
and set
good.
and set the
Now he's
market.
going to be really good on the Cowboys.
No,
They
he's
tried to trade back for him this offseason too.
He's just old, but
He's still pretty good.
he's a good football player.
He was within inches of signing with the Patriots this offseason. Inches. It wasn't the Patriots or anything. He just decided to go to Dallas.
Well, you make more money in Dallas. You don't have a millionaire
Wasn't
tax.
he traded from the Colts?
Yeah. But
You
I mean,
make
it was
more money
for
in
nothing.
Texas.
Yeah.
You sign the same
It wasn't.
deal.
He was dictating. I think where he went.
Sign the same deal in Texas and Massachusetts. You're going to make $5 more million.
That's where it came down.
That's
to.
it. Tax-free state.
Tax-free
Damn
state.
you, Massachusetts!
Yes.
Yeah.
Millionaire tax. Blah blah blah.
Well, I mean, imagine if you had Stephon Gilmore in this defensive backfield.
but they
it
would
would
be
be-
similar to what they are.
What?
They would be a similar defense. Their defense is going to be very good. You put Gilmore on there, they're a really good defense. They're a very good defense. They're a similar defense with Gilmore and the young guys that they have.
Yeah.
The team isn't really that different with Gilmore. Or without
There was
without
another
Gilmore.
sign they came close of signing another known guy back, and it would have, I think, helped the defense a lot out. Was the Landon Roberts? He was within inches too of signing.
Bringing the old run through
Landon
mother
can't
effer's
cover.
face back to town.
He just runs and
yeah, but you talked about it earlier. Like they
no,
need
you
to stop
need guys
the run.
that can cover.
They need to
How
stop
about
the
like
run.
an elite wide receiver or like an all-pro left
Yes.
tackle.
Yeah,
That'd have been nice.
I mean,
How about like a guy that can takes double coverage everywhere he goes?
Like Jerry Judy.
that's the one.
Whatever
That's the one I
Sean
wanted
Payton
to
was
get.
like, it's a first for him. Okay.
Okay.
Because guess what?
You should have traded
Double
your first
coverage.
this upcoming year.
Like,
Yes,
guess
for
what?
Jerry
'Cause
Judy,
get-
yes.
What does double coverage do?
Yeah.
Like it puts another guy one-on-one that
Frees
I mean,
someone up
yes.
over the middle.
Jerry Judy would have been a head and shoulders better than the Hopkins signing or something like that.
And
Head
even
and shoulders.
Hopkins had to like try to sing for his supper, and he was just
Hopkins
like,
out. I
I'm
talked
not sure on
about
the
him.
Hopkins
Fine with
thing.
that, yeah.
He's just an old guy. He
Jerry
made a lot
Judy
of
would have
money.
been
Judy would have
Lights
been
out.
through
Lights
the
out.
roof.
yeah, phenomenal. Like that would have. Then you couldn't say you didn't have a guy on offense that like somebody had.
Are we
to game plan
sponsored by
against.
Depends?
Yeah.
Because I'm about to urinate.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask if anyone else has to go.
So
to
I
bed,
would
which
like
do.
you to shoot the spiel. Thank you for coming out, Fitzy. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Had a great pod.
Yep.
Had 2 beers. Feeling great.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. This guy.
ready to go to DraftKings
I'm ready to go to DraftKings, make some money, and then I'm going to put it all
on what?
against your picks.
You lost last year and the year before that. You should just go with my picks and you'll be fine.
see.
I want my $1,000 for Zappy too.
No.
I'll let you out it for $9.95 right now.
Right now.
Fuck that.
Save you $5.
No, Zappy's going to
It's
throw
never
it
gonna
past
happen.
It's
Sunday.
like when you're on DraftKings or FanDuel.
Hey.
and they
Yeah, the cash
you
out.
want to cash that back, and he's giving you a cash out option. Nico,
No,
take
no
it.
cash
Yeah.
out.
Take
Take
it.
it right now.
Hit the spiel.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, danandninko.com, YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys. Take care.
Go Pats.
Go Pats!